do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alpha Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macramalla intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Breaking the bed, making hacky sacks. Trev won't let us stop. Grandma in the sweatshop, sweating through a shirt. Finally just had to blur. My fingers hurt.
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 Get back to work. What a jerk. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. Get back to work. What a jerk.
My fingers hurt.
On fire. Stay hot, Marcus. Huge. What a moment for George Springer. George Springer. He's done it again. It's the major leagues.
What's up? What's happening? Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trevor. YouTube Trevor with you this morning on the show.
Star of the show.
We're all wearing matching hats.
Nice hats.
We're the matching hat boys.
That's an awesome hat, Dustin.
Trev, I also really like your hat. Eric, do you like our hats?
I love your guys' hats. I'm very jealous.
I love your hat
very
too.
jealous.
I wish I had your hat.
Me too.
Yeah, Trev, I wish I had your hat too.
You want it? We can make a trade.
Are we doing a hat bid right now?
Yeah, I think we are.
What are the odds that we're all wearing the same hat? 100%.
A minute to run.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Thank you very much for being here today. If you're listening over on 95.7 Cruise FM, we apologize. Sometimes things get a little carried away, but tell your friends that the Nielson Show is back on the radio. And better than ever, if you're watching over on YouTube today, you can hammer the thumbs up for us, sub to the channel. If you haven't already, trying to make our way up to 14.4K and eventually to the big 15,000 mark. So we'll get into that as we work our way through the show. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you've got friends who are looking for sports talk all day long, tell them just download the free iHeart radio app or the TuneIn radio app, and they can listen all day.
Now enough. Good morning, gentlemen. Rob from the Grove says, can we get a conch for the one Dustin Nielson, who did a fantastic job with the hot stove last night at the Kids Sport event. So
what? A conch for me?
For you.
A conch for myself.
From Rob from the Grove.
What? Rob from the Grove. Come on, man.
Come on.
It was really good though. It was a fun time last night.
The hottest of stoves.
Oh, the hottest of stoves. It was the Edmonton Sports Talk Kids for Bids event presented by the Sam Man and the crew over at GS Construction. And I thought it was a phenomenal time last night. The hot stove was great. It was myself, Reed Wilkins. Anytime Reed and I can get on mics together, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And then we had Mark Connolly, who's been a big part of kids sport for a long time. He's an absolute pros pro, been to covered 12 Olympics, broadcast for over 44 years, now in like semi-retirement. He's still doing some stuff.
Still the itch.
And then, of course, the legendary Gene Principe from Pizza 73.
Eugenio.
And it was a good time. Oh, I didn't even bring up the Eugenio bit. It was such a good time that I didn't even have to make the Eugenio
Well, that's how
joke.
you know it's a good time. Yeah, you didn't have to rely on the old...
Yeah, and I didn't have to
go to the back pocket.
Pre-scheduled, pre-scripted shtick. It was just a very good conversation. So thanks to Mark and Gene and Reed for being a part of that panel last night. Pretty big, nasty contingent out of the event, the biggest that we've had in 3 years, I think. And so, we love when you guys come out to Monday and Thursday night football or Oilers pre-watch parties and the SCs and all that stuff. But a charity event like this, and I have to say, you all dressed very well as well. Oh. Like they got the message. Like it's not like you had to wear a suit and tie, but it was kind of like put on a nice shirt. And everybody looked fabulous last night. So a conch to all you nasties who came out last night and supported the cause. Excellent job by the Bell and Scona for hosting the event. Fun. That's a great little spot.
It is a nice location.
If you haven't checked out the Bell and Scona yet, man, it's a great little spot. Reed and Jay were doing their show down in the pub level, and then we went up to the event space. I was talking to Brad there. They got 8 events in 7 days at that place. Like, it's busy. They're booking a lot of... It's a perfect little size event if you're looking at like 80 to 100, 120 people, I think. I thought it was...
Good boozer upstairs, bar staff. Now, get enough of that. Get to the buffet.
Well, I think Trev had more time to die. By the time I got to the buffet...
Tommy had ate it all.
Well, I don't know if I caught Tommy pigging out in the buffet yesterday.
He's trying to shake that moniker. Like, he can't stand it.
The buffet bandit.
Yeah. So I think he's like giving up eating.
Trev, did you see Tommy crushing the buffet yesterday?
I didn't actually.
No.
Interesting.
Oh, I was...
Must be starving himself to prove a point.
Yeah, it's a hunger strike.
But I will say he asked if I was done because he was actually behind me when the whole event was going on. And then I was done with my plate. So I set it aside, put it on the table. The only memory I have was he was like, "Are you done with your plate, Trev?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And then
he licked it?
He put his plate on my plate. But my plate was bigger, so I was able to get more food.
Oh, okay. That's good then.
I will say.
Well, how was the buffet?
Oh, the buffet was great. Yeah, man, the food was awesome. I loaded my plate.
Did you?
It was a mountain.
So what was your favorite, like?
What was your highlight?
How
were those pierogies?
Skewered delights.
The pierogies were really good.
Looked really good.
The skewers were awesome. They had like these crackers that were, I've never had anything like them.
There was stuff on the crackers.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
cheese,
little cheese and
chicken, I think.
Cheese on a cracker?
Was there tomato on there?
I think there might have been a little
what was
tomatoes
that?
sprinkled on there.
Maybe it was a pepper. Nobody knows.
But I'm a sucker for spring rolls.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
had this nice Thai sauce with their spring rolls. So I had a lot. Oh, and sliders as well. I took a few sliders. So it was good.
They had the prongs on a stick, right? Is that what it was? Prawns?
Yeah.
Prawns?
Oh,
Prawns.
yes.
I said prongs, I think.
Yeah, you did
It
say
was,
prawns.
it was
You got
prawns.
Chris Pronger on your mind. Eh?
I do. Yeah. Hire that guy, all right?
Yeah.
By the time we kind of the event started, and then we hit the hot stove right away, and then after I'm mingling, and I was chatting with like Uke and Rob and Casino Dealer Jay and stuff, and one of them had and Grumpy Cat, and one of them had meatballs on their plate, and I was like, "What? There's meatballs at this buffet?" And nobody told me. I'm a big meatball guy. My nickname for a few months one time was Meatball.
Sure, yeah.
So I go to head over, and we're talking like the near end of the buffet, right? It's like it's been out there
You're
for an
not
hour and a half,
expecting
almost
much,
2
eh?
hours.
You're
I was
going
just
to-
like, I don't even know. So I go to walk over, and I end up bumping into a couple of guys who want to chat.
Oh, no.
So then I talked to them for about 15 minutes.
You didn't push, just
And
push
I
the
know. I said, so sorry, guys. I got to go get some meatballs. So I sat there, chatted with those two guys for a little while. Great conversation. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
but-
And then we wrap up talking, and I was like, oh, God, now, like, is there going to be any meatballs left? So then I walked back over to the boys, and I said, hey, how good were those meatballs? And they all of them, Awanik was like, I don't know about the meatballs. But everybody else was like, these are fabulous meatballs.
I don't know.
I said, okay.
What do you mean, I don't know?
I don't
about the
know.
meat-
Because
does
I
he think
asked.
something
I
was
said,
up?
what do we
And
think
he's
about
like,
the
I don't know
meatballs? And
about
Maddie's like, but everybody else was like, they're great meatballs. So then I go back again. I navigate my way around through everybody. I get over and I open up the meatball tray. And sure enough, there was like 7 meatballs left.
Okay, in a sauce? Or were
And
they
there
kind
was a sauce.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
a sauce,
That's
and
nice.
they all had a individual stick in them.
Beautiful.
So I'm sitting there, and in my mind, I'm like, do I take all 7? Like, I haven't had anything else in the buffet.
Yeah.
I think it could be very deserved of me to have the last 7 meatballs.
You're part of the talent. This
But
is-
I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I took 5 of the meatballs, and I left 2 stragglers behind for somebody else who wants some late night meatballs, I guess. Not
Yeah.
late night. It was only like 8:15 by the time I got to the. But was that the right thing to do?
I mean,
you think? Or should I just taken all the meatballs?
Well, I think it's French cuisine culture. Like, you don't finish your plate. You always leave a little, and it shows like it was so good.
Is
you
that what they
couldn't eat
do
it
in
all.
French cuisine?
Apparently, I don't know.
Très bien.
Très bien.
But je m'appelle full.
So
I feel pretty good about it.
I think
it was the
five
right
meatballs is still a tidy sum. Like, that's coming away with 5.
Yeah, I mean,
After
could,
you were,
I'll say this.
you
I
could
could have
had
eaten
none.
a dozen. I could have eaten a dozen.
But you could have had none.
I almost had 0.
So you take what you get. You leave a couple. And
If I would have been stopped that second time going back over, all those meatballs would have been gone. All those meatballs would have been gone. So it was a great time. Hopefully they raised a whole bunch of money, and thank you to everybody who came up for that.
And just, I want to clarify, no Cavis Reed this year?
No Cavis Reed. Yeah, that was weird to me.
Well, again, we said,
Cavis, are you out there, man?
we said we'd try to get him on the show, and it's been a year.
Yeah, Cavis, what's going on? Where are you? Where are you, man?
Come hang out.
Hey, how was your Royal Pizza last night? That was a big thing, right? You were doing the big Royal Pizza last night. It was good. What'd you end up ordering, buddy?
Usually, like, getting 1 large for the 2 of us, the wife and I, right?
Yeah.
And usually we settle in the royal special, like,
But not last night.
no black olives. She asks, well, I said, what do you want? Because she goes, I really like that shrimp mushroom. And I do too.
Whoa.
It's got just the baby shrimp on it.
Okay.
Cooked beautifully with the mushroom and the
Is
cheese
it
on.
actual baby shrimps or is it regular shrimp that's been cut up a little bit?
No, they're just, they're the babies.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they do that.
So got a regular that and then a regular royal special. Held the black olives.
No way.
2 pies.
Did you get wings?
No wings.
Oh, I thought you were going to get
No
wings.
I said, for getting 2 pies, that's good enough. You get the variety there. Usually, if you get
Sounds
the
nice.
large pie, then you want the wings. You get a little variety. But we got 2 pies. It was perfect. Crisp Diet Coke.
And you got a couple slices left over? Did you say crisp or a splash of Diet
Crisp
Coke?
Diet Coke.
A crisp.
A cold can.
Okay,
a cold
that's
tin of
good.
Coke. Diet Coke.
That's excellent.
And speaking of tins.
What? Oh, no. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, God. He's having a rock star. Oh, how is it, buddy?
Original 0 sugar. It's sweeter than the Monster.
Oh, it's just off the top. I can tell already, hey? Oh, look at that face.
Do you like it?
You're making a real, that's a rock star
It's a
face
natural
right there.
pucker. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Really?
No, I don't like it. I don't like any of them, really. Again, this will be much like the Monster first and last, but I said I'd do it, so here I am, and we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a go. I don't know why
What are the ingredients say on this thing? Can I take a look at this thing for a
Absolutely.
second?
Well, there's supplements.
Yeah, is that what it is? That's why everybody. Yeah, I was going to say, since you drank it, you do look a little more buff.
Yeah, thanks.
So sodium, that's salt.
You need that, right?
There's a lot
to
of
stay
sodium
hydrated,
here. Is 11%. Whoa, look at this though.
Oh,
Vitamin B6, 235% of your daily intake. Vitamin B12, 500% of what you need on a daily basis.
Chalk.
Riboflavin.
you got to say it like that.
538.
Riboflavin.
538% of your daily riboflavin. Some sort of pantothenic acid, 400%. There's a lot of stuff
I
in
think
here,
there's a little
buddy.
ginseng in there, right? B3, B6, and B12. I got all my Bs.
Oh yeah, your vitamin B
chock
is
full of B
totally through the roof.
Might even OD on the B.
Oh no, what happened to Eric that day? Well, I have to tell you, he OD'd on vitamin B. All right, 780-218-9999 if you want to chime in. Norm texts in and says, rock stars are terrible. The monster is way better. All right. To each their own.
Yeah, sure.
Popular saying. Chris texts into the Paris Jewelers inbox today and says, I don't believe in food waste. Everyone else had a chance at those meatballs, Dusty. You should have taken them all.
He makes a good point since there were 7 left. Like, I don't know. Usually, if you go up and there's 2, you'd still eat the 2, right?
Maybe
or would
I
you
should
think,
have
like,
only-
something's wrong with these?
No, I
You
would
know
have
what I mean?
taken
Okay,
those
yeah,
2. Like
yeah.
if I opened up that meatball container and there was only 2 left, I'm taking them.
Sometimes you go to a buffet and there's like 1 sitting there, and that's the one that wasn't picked. So in your mind, you're like, why wasn't this one picked?
I like the idea, though. What I should have done is taken the 5 meatballs, then stood at the end of the buffet and watched who came up next. Because it would bring joy to me. To see
Scout it
somebody
out.
open up and
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, meatballs are left.
I think it's a bit of a wink.
And I look at
like when Jerry gets the
a
cookie.
meatball nod, like, yeah.
It's in the cookie.
RBM texts in and says, epic meatball story. Inspiring stuff. I'm sure you mean that. All right, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the old Paris Jewelers inbox. Shopping stores. The Macramalla intros are flying in today. We'll lay out the show for you in a second. Shopping stores at PJ's, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or online at parisjewelers.com. One of your text messages will take home the Royal Pizza text of the day.
Royal Pizza, still making it right.
Eric had it last night. RoyalPizza.ca, visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Still making it great for over 55 years. And of course, the Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Yes, Weiss Johnson. Get a new trained furnace right now. You get 15% off any additional mechanical system if you do it at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater. 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit Weiss-Johnson.com to book your estimate today. Let's quickly lay out the show for you this morning. We're going to dive into some morning announcements here coming up shortly. 6:30, we're going to discuss a little bit about one Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and lack of production lately.
Put him up on the hoist.
Well, what's going on under that hood? We'll get into that just after 6:30. That's a good for the Italian Center. The head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, Rick Bowness, is not. It's not.
Rick Bowness?
Bowness.
I believe the S's
Rick
are silent.
Bowness.
It's Rick Bonet.
I like to call him Rick Bowness, but it's Rick Bowness.
Hey, it's,
Anyway.
it's Bones, right?
I was gonna say we'll probably just call him Bones.
Just call him Bones.
If you wait till you, people who like are always Knobloch needs more. Wait till you hear what Bones had to say last night.
And
We're
it's
gonna get
almost
into that.
better
everyone.
just the audio.
Yeah. Well, he was crying. He looked like he was going to cry.
I know, but when you just hear it without looking at the guy,
Yeah.
like it's very
We're going to give it
troublesome.
to you for the Italian Center. That's good around 6:50. He absolutely just torches the Columbus Blue Jackets last night. Jamie McLennan's going to join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. He's our GS Construction Hockey Insider today. Play Alberta Early Bird Bet of the Day. Free advice for Damon Bunting coming up. Eric Macramalla will be in the house around 7:45 today. Kind of easy. You can send your Macramalla intros, 780-218-9999. Kind of easy trivia. We are at 20 in a row. We'll try to extend that streak to 21. 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. Lieutenant Eric's weekly rankings of power for the ranch. TSN's Ryan Rishaug, local podcast host from the Got Your Back Podcast Network. He's going to join us around 8:30. Final week for the Marmot Basin Snow Report. We'll give you one of those, and then the wrap for William Huff. Still, it was snowing last night when I was on my way home. Coming down like crazy around 9 o'clock last night. the sidewalk slid.
Yeah, I almost.
You noticed that?
I know. I almost biffed it.
Yeah, it was the road. The parking lot was okay, but then you got on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was a little
It'll get
scary,
you.
wasn't it? 6 o'clock hour of the show brought to you by Ewell.
Ewell, your partner in power.
Ewell, your power play specialist. They've got the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. All right, let's dive into the National Hockey League last night. Heck of an NBA game last night as well. Let's get into your morning announcements here. Morning announcements brought to you by the Rundle Park Short Course, opening soon with affordable rates for juniors, seniors, adults. Walkable par 58 course, great family-friendly atmosphere, perfect for all skill levels, but ideal for all you shorter hitters out there who are just learning the game. Snake a smash burger at Shorty's after the round. That just opened again this past weekend. Check them out on Instagram at Rundle Park SC.
Good weekend shaping up weather-wise as well. I know we're talking snow today or whatever, but this weekend is going to hit.
Yeah, what are we, like double digits, like 4 days in a row or something like
Yeah.
that? That's kind of nice.
It's all going to be gone. This is it.
I said to Tam yesterday when I got home, it was snowing. I said, this is the last one.
I'm looking at Tuesday right now. Sunshine, 18 degrees.
What?
That's close to your...
Oh, that's almost a wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Let's even lock that in for the rest of the rest of the summer. That would be pretty nice. So last night in the National Hockey League, Rick will get you more of these scores as we work our way through the show today on the updates. But the Ducks losing to the Wild. Trev, you were on the Wild.
Yeah.
Good work, buddy.
Yes. I was surprised. Sometimes you don't know, because I was against the odds there, very much so.
You were. That was they were an underdog situation last night with the roster that they iced.
And I'm happy. It feels good because I've been wrong a lot lately.
I was the loser yesterday because the Kings didn't get it done.
Oh.
The Hornets won in overtime. Right? You had the Hornets, you had the Wild, and I had the Kings.
Oh.
And the Kings, what's up with these Vancouver Canucks?
Well,
they came to play.
And it's their home conclusion, right?
Yeah.
Final home game. That'll always get you, right?
Show up.
You want to leave them. You want to leave them wanting more.
A real stick tribute.
But the Kings getting a point, a tradition unlike any other. I mean, this is
found another one.
It's not even breaking news at this point. You just kind of expect.
The Ducks lose in regulation, get nothing.
Yeah.
The Kings get a point. So they're now at 90 points, sitting in the second wild card spot. The Ducks are at 90 points, sitting in the third spot in the Pacific, and then the Edmonton Oilers are at 91
points.
And
the Mammoth clinch wild card one as well.
Oh yeah, that is locked in now at 92 points. So we'll determine what ends up happening here. If Vegas was to lose, Vegas finishes against Seattle. Mm-hmm. Is that tonight?
That is tonight.
Okay, so Vegas finishes against Seattle. If Vegas wins or gets a point, they clinch first spot in the Pacific.
Home game for Vegas.
If Vegas loses in regulation and the Oilers win tomorrow, the Oilers will go to first in the Pacific. If the Oilers lose tomorrow to the Canucks and the Ducks and Kings were to lose or to win their last 2 games, then the Oilers would finish in the second wildcard spot. So still, I guess technically at this point, everything's still to be determined in the Pacific.
Yes, except for, yeah.
Like the Kings and Ducks can't catch Vegas.
That's the only scenario. But other than that, it's all.
None of the 4 spots have been locked in going into the final game of the season. So, yeah, that's interesting. We'll see how that plays itself out. Playoff matchups that we already have locked in. A few more were locked in yesterday. So Montreal will start in Tampa. Mm-hmm. That one's done. Ottawa gets Carolina. Mm-hmm. The whole East is locked in. Pittsburgh, Philly, Carolina, Ottawa, Tampa, Montreal, Boston, Buffalo.
You're the Senators' play-by-play guy, and you don't mind that Ottawa, Carolina,
I mean...
No, I know Carolina, what they are.
Carolina's a very good hockey team.
Yeah, but Green said they've been playing with the barbecue. He's felt like they've been on the grill for 4 months here. Like they kind of
have.
They're battle-tested already.
Yeah, they have. I mean, I don't think that's going to be an easy series for the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll give you our official predictions a little bit later on in the week. And then in the West, the only thing we know that's locked in so far is Dallas and Minnesota. So 5 of the 8 playoff matchups are already locked in the National Hockey League. And that play-in game last night, the Hornets Heat game, was insane. I watched like a 8-minute recap of it, I guess, last night when I was doing some prep for the show. It was wild, man. There were some huge shots made. There were some turnovers. I watched Bill Simmons basically describe Ball as both the MVP and the least valuable player in that game. I mean, it was all over the place. So Hornets got a fun little buzz going on right now. We'll see what they're able to do with it. But yeah, that was an exciting first night of the NBA play-in. As well.
I'd be remiss not to mention the Portland Trailblazers, of course, Rip City Step.
Shout out to Rip City Step today. What did he say? Rip City or against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the Trailblazers knocked off this? It's not going to happen. I could, but
the season they've had. What a story.
I can't. Schmilly is in and says, "Good morning, boys." Mills here. I see we got him in as Schmilly, and he says, "Mills here. I'm genuinely curious why everyone thinks the Oilers will lock in a win tomorrow against the Canucks. The Canucks have been playing some decent hockey, and the Oilers are the Oilers who do things the hard way all the time." I just don't see Connor McDavid allowing an Edmonton Oilers team to lose to the worst team in the league when they've got a chance to lock up home ice in the first round. I could be wrong.
Thoughts on management, coaching, and everything else around it, but it comes down to him deciding.
To me, he's
the ultimate decider.
I feel like, I don't know. Look, Mills, Schmilly, whatever you want us to call it. You're right. We're probably assuming too much here. I'll tell you, if they lose to the Canucks to wrap up the regular season, it's going to be a major buzzkill going into a playoff series. Like, they got to finish on a good note here.
We put a piece of clothing on Wayne Gretzky.
As long as they start Ingram in that game, I think they're winning that hockey. If we put clothing back over, put a sweater on
him. Put a little hat on him or something.
Peel off Wayne Gretzky arrives on Friday here for the Nielson Show. All right, what's up with the Nuge? We're going to dive into that a little bit coming up here just after 6:30, and we'll hear what Bones had to say about his Columbus Blue Jackets. And he was not happy at all.
So bad for the guy.
He looked heartbroken.
Yeah.
I think he was even more heartbroken because his team wasn't heartbroken in the same situation.
How does this affect Werenski for the North?
Oh, interesting conversation, isn't it? All right, if you are listening on 95.7 this morning, a couple minutes commercials, quick traffic update with Pauline Higgins. Then you are back with us. If you are online anywhere, tune in, iHeart, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or over on YouTube. We do have a sports update coming your way as well. If you are on YouTube, sub to the channel and hammer the thumbs up for us if you haven't already. We're 21 away from changing 100. Sports updates brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet? Visit them in store at 10707 184th Street on the West End or online at ParamountFlooring.ca.
The LA Kings get a point last night as they fall in overtime 4-3 in Vancouver. Jake DeBrusk with the winner. Anaheim dropping a 3-2 decision out in Minnesota, and the Mammoth would clinch wild card 1 in the West with a 5-3 victory over the Jets. What it all means, Golden Knights remain above, tops of the division, 93 points, 2 above the Oilers. Oilers a point up on both the Ducks and the Kings. All 4 teams have 1 game remaining. Oilers will round out the regular season tomorrow at home to the Canucks. Vegas will play their regular season finale at home to the Kraken tonight in one of 6 games. Toronto Blue Jays back in the win column as they would defeat the Brewers 9-7. Vlad Guerrero Jr. doubled home the go-ahead run in the 10th inning. Game 2 will go tonight from Milwaukee. Dylan Cease scheduled to start, first pitch 5:40. NBA play-in action from last night. It was the Hornets topping the Heat 127-126 in overtime. Portland, meanwhile, winning on the road, 114-110 against the Suns. Portland will advance to face the Spurs in the opening round. The Suns will play the winner of tonight's game between the Warriors and Clippers. That goes at 8. Well, at 5:30, it's the Magic visiting Philly. Winner will face the Celtics. The loser plays the Hornets on Friday. Raptors open their postseason on the road in Cleveland Saturday at 11 a.m. Sports update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Our in-house team handles everything from selections to completion. Keeping projects on track and on time, visit our showroom 7 days a week or at ParamountFlooring.ca.
doing the splits. His journey delayed, but he will not just quit. One day on the desk, he'll be in all his glory. But until then, we've got another Trev story. Just 5 years old, a figure skating star. If he learned how to skate, maybe he'd go far. A wee little tyke with a bold proclamation. You've never seen a cuter puppy Dalmatian. The cutest Dalmatian.
6:37.
The star of the show.
Rough.
Look at him.
That's our song, The Cutest Dalmatian, about YouTube, Trev. If you were listening online, you heard Tattoo Desire. That came in via request last night, actually. I think somebody messaged me on that one. I do think I have to do something about this wanting to get tased thing.
Yes.
I think there has to be some sort of song.
And an opportunity yesterday to get tased.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, man, what an interesting day yesterday. If you just listen to the 6 o'clock hour, best day ever.
People are talking.
So anyway, Trev yesterday during confessions at 7:30 revealed to us that he really wants to get tased. And he said that when he would play games that involved shocks as a child, he did really good at it. He was very good at, what was it, like operations stuff? Like, what
I looked it up. The one game actually was called Lightning Reaction.
Okay.
It was called Lightning Reaction. And you had to click the button faster than anyone else.
And if you didn't, you got buzzed?
You would get buzzed and you'd get shocked. And I would sometimes deliberately just not get shocked or not click because I wanted to get shocked.
So it came up yesterday that Trev wants to get tased, and then there's a bunch of reaction to it. The Pod Squad, who's what we're calling our West End detachment police officers now, they did message in and said they'd be in touch.
They contacted me.
Did they? Yeah, the Pod Squads reached out and said, we will come electrocute you for sure.
Yeah.
But then Fergie walks in. Fergie's prostate walks in yesterday with, he didn't know how many volts it was, but he walks in with this, like, he buzzes it. Trev's like, what's that? He goes, it's a taser. So Fergie's done a bunch of taser training and stuff in the past. Who knows all the story? I don't know what to do with Fergie's prostate. Anyway, Trev almost was willing to get taser there, and I said, no. I said, we're going to do it. We're going to do it properly with
Elks
the police
tailgate.
officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Elks tailgate. But would you have done that yesterday? Would you just let Fergie tase you with his off-the-street taser that he got at like a fishing show or something like that?
Sportsman show.
If you said
show.
yes, then yes. I just don't know where. I don't know what.
So it's his fault. He prevented you from getting.
Did I stop you from getting tasers?
I think that's what it sounds like.
I tried to help you.
He was ready to go. You could just put your finger in the.
Could have done that.
When
your
lights,
tongue.
When he lights it up, you just get.
Yeah.
Look like Jar Jar Binks.
But it would have been like, I don't know. Like, I want to save that moment for on air, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. We want to milk it for the content.
On the desk.
Yeah, we
That's
want
pretty
to
cool.
milk it for the content, I think. So
Where would you want to get tased? Does it matter even?
Well, that's a good
Like,
point.
if I got
Like
shot.
if you got it right in the middle of the forehead.
I'd say not my face, not my balls.
Yeah. Like,
Pretty much anywhere
Yeah,
else.
usually in the back.
Oh, you want to get tased in the back
When you
lower,
get shot.
lower back.
When you get shot, it's usually in the back on the videos I've seen.
with the taser.
Taser,
But if you had a
taser.
choice to get a shock, like of any, like
I'd probably try to do it far away from your heart.
Yeah.
Lower
back.
Get tased on the calf.
a limb.
Lower back for sure, then.
Yeah, something like that maybe
My legs.
might work for you.
My legs. I wonder what that would do.
Right behind the knee.
That would do so. Yeah, that would do.
That'd make
a lot of damage.
Garth Vader texts in and says maybe Trev could try a few different tasers and then rate them.
Yeah, this
A
one's my
taser
favorite.
connoisseur, if you will.
Yeah.
Favorite.
I know that brand. Yeah, that's Remington.
All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. It is the Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. All of Edmonton Sports Talk is presented to you by Play Alberta all day long. All of our coverage brought to you by Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app today. Casino, lottery, sports betting, all in one place. And what you play within Alberta stays in Alberta. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today as well. 3-piece bone-in chicken, just $8 at all Popeyes locations. Marinated for 12 hours, hand battered. Absolutely delicious. You cannot go wrong at Popeyes. Today is the final day to pre-order your Win the Whole Effing Thing playoff shirt. We're going to lock it in after this, and then we'll start. I've got some transfers already. today after the morning show, we're gonna take that t-shirt press for a run.
Okay.
We're gonna see how it works, and hopefully it works, or else we're screwed.
Well, yeah, we
got 100.
left it late, but that's
got 100 shirt orders.
The fun of the
and
game.
We're gonna test the t-shirt press today, but I'm assuming it's gonna work just fine, and then we're just gonna be churning out t-shirts for the next 3 days.
Did you ask Maddie too? Like, who should do it? And he's like, I'm not doing it. Like,
I got.
touching
You
it.
know what? As the boss and owner of this company, I'm gonna have
You
to
set
be
it up. It should be a ceremonial
t-shirt guy.
Yeah.
So
Crack
we'll-
a 6 o'clocker lager over it like a ship.
I've been watching videos. I've been reading instructions.
Okay, good.
It doesn't look that hard.
And once you get into the rhythm, you'll just be
that's
doing
it.
it with your eyes closed.
Yeah, I imagine a world where like I'm pressing, I'm peeling, then another quick press, then take it off. I'm throwing it to Trev. He's folding it. Zach's putting it like it's this big old line of things being built.
Pressing a shirt and then cracking it back with the other hand. You just gotta go. He's dealing.
So many things. Anyway, if you want to get in before that pre-order ends today, you can hop online, go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, click on EST Playoff Shirt, and get your order in today. I think we're at like 98 orders right now. We're almost at 100 on the pre-order for
Nice
the
number,
playoff
hey?
T-shirt. Well, yeah, it's very nice. What I have to do is now I'm forced to change it to 13. We're only going to be allowed to give away 13 shirts because it's too close to Gretzky's 99. All right. What about number 93? Hey, should we talk about Nuge for a second? I was looking into it yesterday. It was actually on Two Guys and a Goalie. We were just talking about Nuge. And if you are listening on 95.7, you're like, what's Two Guys and a Goalie? Every Tuesday and Thursday from noon until 1 on iHeart, on TuneIn, on YouTube. Two Guys and Goalie with myself, Walking Gage. Used to be Matt Cassian as well. But he had a off-air, non-media opportunity that would have been a bit of a conflict with being on the air still. So he's sadly moved on. But so right now it's Gager and I, and we were talking about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I was like, man, I just don't feel like Nuge has been producing much lately. So then I dove into his game log, and it was even more stunning than I thought. In his last 25 games, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has 11 points. And a lot of those games were played without Leon Draisaitl when you're hoping that maybe a guy like the Nuge can step up. Now, Nuge is what, like 15 years in?
Well, and I think Monday can be forgiven. Sunday was his birthday, and you get a pass.
I guess the day after, you're making millions and millions of dollars to step up and produce offensively.
A couple glasses of wine on Sunday.
But I tweeted yesterday. I saw a lot of people reply. Well, the replies were very interesting on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now, the last 2 playoff years, he's been not just shy of a point per game. Like, he's produced well in the last 2 playoffs.
Performer, yeah.
I did see a lot of people reply to me. Oh, the other note that I thought was interesting is that, and somebody texted this in, I think, during Two Guys yesterday, said in his last 50 games, he has 3 even strength goals, and 2 of them came in 1 game. So he has scored even strength goals in 2 of his last 50 games, which, I mean, God love the Nuge, and we all do, but that's completely unacceptable. And then so yesterday there was a lot of people replying being like, I believe in the Nuge. He's going to step up come playoff time. And that's fine. But is he only going to step up come playoff time if he's back on Connor's wing and Leon's not there?
Yeah.
Because if Leon's not there to start the playoffs, which he's not going to be, and if Dickinson's not there to start the playoffs, Nugent-Hopkins has to play center. And Nugent-Hopkins has not produced very well as a center. So I'm kind of now then there was other people replying saying, Dusty, do you think the Oilers have the balls to move on from him in the offseason because he's getting into his mid-30s now and, he's got full control of everything. So I guess it really is up to him. I don't think they would. But, Trev, are you in the camp that you're concerned about Nuge heading into the playoffs? Or you're like, don't worry about it. Playoff Nuge is going to be fine.
Yeah, it's definitely alarming looking at those numbers, and you laid them out perfectly on the show yesterday. Like 11 points he had in November, 12 points in December. So he was trucking along, and I remember it was right around early January. I was like, man, he already has close to what he had last year because he was fighting it early last year. So that's great, and I think it's pretty telling that at this point, it just, for me at least, it shows he is really more of a winger. If you want him to produce points, he's more of a winger, especially on Connor McDavid's line. Because as soon as he's been on the second line, as soon as he's been centering, the numbers drop drastically. And I was always, but Nuge, at least he's responsive in his own end. It's like, yeah, that's great, but you still want him to produce 5-on-5. Like he's still, he's relied upon to do that. You're a 2C. You should be doing that with the players that you have had. And I think we were starting to see a little bit of that with Zach Hyman and Jack Roslovic when he was centering that line. So yeah, it's definitely alarming, but going into the playoffs when, McDavid, when the crew gets healthy, I'm almost certain he's going to be slotted back on the first line because he can't. It's obvious he can't drive a second line.
But there's a good chance they're not healthy for the first 4 games of the first round.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, okay,
that's what concerns me a bit.
Yeah, for sure. No, that is a problem.
Like, can you get 5-on-5 offense? So Hyman's going to be back to start the playoffs. That's what everybody's expecting. So Hyman probably goes back with McDavid.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? You might just leave Savoy and Podkolzin with him and put Hyman with Nuge.
Yeah.
To try to
help him
out and generate something 5-on-5. Right? Because if Hyman just goes back with McDavid, which he probably will, are you really expecting Nugent-Hopkins to drive a second line with 5-on-5 offense? Because he hasn't basically the entire season. That's a bit of a concern offensively for me. So
for sure.
I hope it's there, but if he's not with McDavid and Draisaitl's not back on the power play, I don't know if we're going to see a lot from Nuge in the postseason, which I hope is different. I hope that's not the case, but I'm kind of getting the sense that it might be.
And I feel like he's similar to Roslovic in the sense of he's streaky. Like sometimes he can put together like a pretty solid, 5 to 6 games, and then he kind of disappears. And the numbers just aren't there at all. But it was always like, but he's good in his own end, but it's like, yeah, that's great that he's good in his own end.
That's not enough now.
No, you need to step up. Everyone's stepping up right now. So you need more from Nuge, quite a bit more. And then the 5-on-5 goals, like that's also alarming. But at the same time, he's getting, I wonder what the assists are. Because usually he's passing to Connor. Usually he's passing to Hyman. He's never been the goal scorer on that line.
Yeah.
So, but he's been, the playmaker on that line, or secondary playmaker, I guess.
Jason in Leduc texts in and says, Nuge has never been an offensive dynamo in the NHL. His best years were when he played with Connor. It's almost as if playing with McDavid gives a player's stat a boost. Bouchard, anyone?
No.
Oh, geez. Jason in Leduc.
Easy.
Careful, man. You do not want to throw that, an iron into the fire.
But that comment was always for Draisaitl as well. Draisaitl is nothing without McDavid, and here we are.
I think they're all better offensively together than they would be apart.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, sure. Let's just be honest. Boosh
Yeah.
doesn't put up the numbers he's doing if he's not with McDavid and Draisaitl. Draisaitl still put up ridiculous numbers, but it wouldn't be as good as it is with Connor, I think.
The conversation goes both ways. Like Bouchard, for sure. He helps playing with McDavid, but you can't deny, like McDavid would be the first to say, it helps for sure playing with Bouchard as well. I benefit off of it.
He had 104 and 22-23.
Yeah, but that was a total outlier.
I know.
That's so weird.
No, I get it. But outside of that, you take that out and looking at
how many times has he been over 70? None?
Twice.
That's it.
Just the 100 season.
He flirted with 6. He had 67 and 23-24. That was 80 games. 78 games last year. He had 49. And so he's got 55 through 71 this season.
Yeah, this season has been better than last season.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, you take out the 104 and he's kind of bang on.
This text comes in and says, can I remind you guys just how bad the Oilers' power play was without the Nuge when he was injured earlier in the year? I think he's an important piece to the power play, but the power play doesn't have Draisaitl right now. It's not very good either. So, if that whole unit's not together, it's not the ridiculously, oh my God, the most elite thing in the league power play.
I don't think we're ragging on him if everybody's healthy, but given the fact that the personnel that are missing right now are missing, you would want and expect a guy of his vintage to step it up a bit. That's the ask here. And it's not too much of an ask.
Pix is in and says Jason and Leduc needs to look at Bouchard's goal share without McDavid. Here we go. This is what I said.
Emoji.
I said you don't want to. Jason Leduc, you don't want to open up that can of worms.
This is a bull,
man. You just don't want to do that. If you are watching over on YouTube today, you can hammer the thumbs up for us. So we got to be blowing through 100 here, right? Yeah, changing 100, Trev.
Oh,
Let's hit 150 by 7 o'clock. We're sitting at 111 right now. So if you're holding on to your thumbs up over on YouTube today, there's no need to do that. You give it to the boys. Give it to the boys here. All right, let's get into this. Let's go. That's good for the Italian Center. And I feel like the only thing that would get old Bones calmed down is something from the Italian Center. Did you not just want to give that guy something from the bakery at the Italian Center after the game last night?
Please have this panino.
Yeah. Aaron Portsline should have pulled out a panino right there and said, I know you're disappointed right now, but the guys from Edmonton shipped me this.
Might I interest you?
Here you go. The Columbus Blue Jackets, who, when he took over, they went on a great run. Right? They, at one point, they weren't they?
Yeah.
It was a ridiculous run.
Yeah.
And then they fell off here over the last little while. They lose last night. And this is the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, at least for now. Like he said, he's like, I don't know if I'm coming back. Listen to the passion here last night from the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Rick, you've been a part of a lot of games and a lot of seasons. Have you ever been part of something that's as frustrating as this has been down the stretch?
No. And you know what? All you got to do is look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. Like, I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. Like, how can you go out and play like that? Should have done this about a month ago. But this is why we are where we are. This is why we're out of the playoffs. That kind of effort. Losing, you have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. What else you want to know?
You reached them for so long after you got here. How did it stop? Where did it stop?
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough, we don't want to battle back. And that's what's happened over the last a couple weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. Anyways, and there's no more games. What else you want to know?
I think even in the long history of this franchise, I don't think they've ever lost 6 games in a row to end a season at home.
No.
Is that worse?
It's terrible. Inexcusable. If they're not embarrassed by, not only tonight, by that, they're on the wrong team. They are. They got to be embarrassed with that. Anything else?
You sound like a guy that wants to be back. Do you want to be back? Did you scratch the itch? Where are you?
We scratched the itch. I'm going to talk to Don, as we said from there on, right? But and the players were told tonight, if I'm back, we're changing this freaking culture.
All right, so there you go. That's Rick Bowness, the head coach of the. I mean, there's a couple of things to look at here. Hang on, sorry, it's still playing. I mean, I don't know if it was like sad emotion off the top or just like anger emotion off the top. It looked like he was about to break down. Like when he so pissed.
You know when you're crying or you're after crying or whatever, you get that the air thing. When
there was one of those in there.
Yeah, like it sounded like he had cried or he was on the verge of tears or something.
I felt awful watching this.
He's a lovable guy.
Yeah. First of all, bizarro Knobloch. Like Knobloch would never, ever, 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 ever in a million years have anything remotely close to what we saw from Bones last night. Now, if you're management and you see this, are you sitting there going, yes, that's our guy. That's what we need. Or are you sitting there going, man, this guy's a bit unhinged with what he saw tonight, too emotional to come in and do the job properly next year.
When he brought him in to do this job.
And he did a pretty good job of it.
And
then you heard him say, when things got tough,
and he's taking a shot there at the roster and the composition of, I guess, a few players that prefer losing.
I think there's a few guys that he's trying to say don't care.
The Paris Julius inbox is filling up with the Werenski. I mean, it's tough to now look at. We were talking about the Blue Jackets if they're a playoff team and Werenski and all that stuff. But given they're not making the postseason, given the run that has left them outside of the postseason, And now him basically crapping on them and saying like they prefer to lose. Like the Werenski texts are just
everybody's trying to take
we're getting waterboarded with Werenski texts here, but I don't know, like he's basically throwing a little shade at management too there in the fact
like
that,
I look at it and I love it. Like I love it. I'm look
you
at
love
this.
the passion.
But
It's
then
nice
I'm
to
sitting
see.
there. Is management going to look at it and go, oh yeah, this guy and those players are totally going to work next year? Or do you sit there and go, it's going to come in, it's good. If it's a big enough group that doesn't give a damn, as Bones is saying, well, then tell me how that's going to go through October and November next year, and then you might be back to square one.
Right.
So I hope they keep him. I hope it's kind of a turning point for the Blue Jackets. But you don't see guys go off like that very often, so it's worth bringing
and
up.
a few people suggesting now the what else do you want to know text game.
Oh,
I think that's
what else. What else do you want to know? Yeah, Parkside says today's soundbite should be what else do you want to? Yeah, but how would you work that in?
I don't know. Well,
I see what you're saying.
The creative people.
I almost prefer the we scratched the itch.
I don't. Do you think he knows what that turn of phrase?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, we scratched the itch.
It was near the end. I mean, he was on fire.
Anything else? Yep.
I'm like a guy that wants to be back. Do you want to be back? Did you scratch the itch? Where are you?
We scratched the itch.
Okay.
I think they're saying like, "Did you want to be back? Did you scratch?" He's like, "Oh, you got enough of it," and then like, you fix it, you scratch the itch.
Yeah.
But
he's
like, we scratched the itch.
Well, I don't. Okay.
I love this
Leave
guy.
that
I
to
do love this guy.
interpretation.
So, I don't know. What do you say, everybody? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. Tails is in and says, I am bringing that guy back 100%. Big Maple texts in and says, if Torts was actually just a rental, then Bones just solidified his job in Vegas next year if he wants it. Klaus from Beaumont. This is why Werenski can't be considered for the Norse. No effort, no playoffs, no best D-man.
It's not a vote of confidence there, coming down to the wire.
Elevator shaft. Werenski and that culture for the Norse?
Hey.
We'll get into that a little bit with Noodles. I'm sure he saw the rant. It's kind of plastered all over everywhere. But yeah, it's we'll see how that one plays out. We'll see how that one plays out in Columbus. Obviously, he's not happy that it went down the way it did, nor should you. I mean, Columbus looked like Buffalo Light there for about a month and a half, and then just fell apart.
I want to ask Noodles too. Like the most disappointing, like Columbus is disappointing. The Red Wings were disappointing. The Islanders, obviously, we know their fall from grace. You know, the last quarter of the season. Like a lot of these teams were in prime position, and now that's not going against the teams that were hungry enough to then elevate themselves. But I'd like to know his thoughts on the out of those three. I guess the handful which you should be most disappointed in.
Trev after he gets tased.
We scratched the itch.
The 6 o'clock hour of the show has been brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialist. They've got the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime. Ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. All right, hour number 2 coming up. If you are watching on YouTube, smash the thumbs up for us. If you're listening on 95.7, don't go anywhere. We got Jamie McLennan coming up next. We can get his thoughts on, has Connor Ingram solved all the worries between the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers heading into the playoffs this year? We're going to get into that a little bit with Jamie McLennan and take a look at the Senators and Hurricanes, the Habs and the Lightning, because we won't talk with Jamie again before those series begin. And we're talking about the power play without Leon Draisaitl as well and what you need to do with that in the early stages of the first round of the playoffs as well. So Jamie McLennan is on the way. He's going to join us just after 7 o'clock. If you are listening online, you got a sports update coming your way, brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Contact Chelsea at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton for your next cruise or vacation destination, 780-970-4834. And if you want to get on the wait list to join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life from July 17th to 19th to go watch the Jays in Toronto, just hit her up, 780-970-4834. Here's the update.
Around the NHL last night, the Canucks defeating the Kings 4-3 in overtime. Minnesota winning at home 3-2 over the Ducks, and the Mammoth would lock down wild card spot 1 in the West with a 5-3 victory over the Jets. One game to go for all the teams in the Pacific as the Golden Knights sit on 93 points, Oilers 91, and Anaheim and the Kings both on 90. The Oilers round out the regular season tomorrow at home to the Canucks. The Kings will be in Calgary, and the Ducks will be in Nashville. Vegas capped their regular season tonight at home to the Kraken in one of 6 games. Vlad Guerrero Jr. doubled home the go-ahead run of the 10th as the Jays get back in the win column, 9-7 over the Brewers. They improved to 7-9 and are 2 games back of the division lead. Game 2 of that series in Milwaukee goes tonight. Dylan Cease scheduled to start. First pitch, 5:40. NBA play-in action last night. It took overtime, but the Hornets escaped with a 127-126 victory over the Heat. Elsewhere, the Trailblazers over the Suns, 114-110. Portland will advance to take on the Spurs in the opening round. Tonight, Magic take on the Sixers. The winner will face the Celtics. The loser will play the Hornets Friday, while the Warriors visit the Clippers. The winner of that will play the Suns on Friday as well. The Raptors, they begin their postseason quest Saturday on the road in Cleveland. Tip-off at 11. Sports update brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th to 19th. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises Northeast Edmonton to get on the waiting list and join Trev in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834.
Such a special day. Bagpipes fired up and the nasty bash is underway. And we know that there's a special place where all the AM nasties can party for just a single day. We are just living the dream since leaving 1260. Beers at Fergie's place with that trash TV. The Elks did make us proud, and boy, it caused a scene. Cash J's play of the day, and everybody screamed, oh, it just have begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy was dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. Fergie's Rugby Club. Fireball shots and Corey B's wife's on the floor. Atif stuck in the bathroom and Tony changing beds outside the door. Big Uke and a 6 o'clocker can. Dusty pours it on his head. Now he's a made man. Nelson had a crazy dream. Honey dill for him to eat. Christian from Winnipeg, you've been too good to he. Tred's grandma won't be proud, cause in his car he'd sleep. Tommy sees another girl, you know he's gonna scream. Oh, we just have begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy's dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna
know why I played that kind of Irish tune there.
Connor Murphy, anyone?
I needed.
Where is he?
I guess maybe that's where we go. I needed like 20 seconds to fill over until we got back onto the
he was
simulcast
third star the other night
on the FM. I liked this game the other night.
Yeah.
I like this game so far. I think it's been good. We need him to stay
Absolutely.
healthy. Need him to stay healthy. It is the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Thank you very much for being here on a Wednesday morning. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Of course, you can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Lots of good We Scratched the Itch texts coming in after we played Bones's, I don't know, I guess, not really a rant. Like, I thought he was just, well, what would you call that? I mean,
Well,
it was under
where he was
control.
asked
a
questions and
a passionate plea to his team, maybe.
well, yeah.
Yeah. I'll get into that with Jamie McLennan here. Second hour of the show. One of your text messages will win Royal Pizza text of the day. This is what the second hour looks like. Jamie McLennan's going to join us right away. We'll get to your Play Alberta Early Bird Bet of the Day. Free advice for Damon Bunting. What do you need help with? You can text us at 780-218-9999, and then we'll give you the advice, and it'll be free. And then Eric Macramalla will pop by. I know he'll want to set up the Habs and the Lightning around 7:45. This morning, 7 o'clock hour, the show is brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Jamie McLennan is our GS Construction Hockey Insider today. For more than 5 decades, GS has been proud to serve our communities, and once again, they're hiring now. GS is looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca and click on careers to find out more. All right, let's bring in Noodles, and I mean, let's just follow up. We were just going through Bones' thing, what he had to say about the Blue Jackets last night. I mean, we'll never see that with Knobloch here in Edmonton, I guarantee. But what did you think of what he said, and what does that mean for him and that organization heading into the offseason, Noodles?
You know what? All I could think of now, he's done this before. Do you remember a couple years ago in Winnipeg? He called out their leadership at the end of the season and said, I didn't like what I saw and things are going to change. I think, you look at a guy like Bones. I had him in the island. Everybody knows and loves him. He's very well respected. I think guys get to a certain either age or a thought process where it's like, I'm just going to tell the truth and I don't need to sugarcoat it. Obviously, he didn't like what he saw. He didn't like what he has seen for the last month with that group. They were cemented in a playoff spot, and all of a sudden they missed the playoffs. So for me, it's interesting. He's like, I'll have a conversation with Don Waddell. Not sure if I'm back or whatever, but, things are going to change if I'm back. And it was just it was an honest statement, but it really is a damning statement about the culture there. And this is a guy who's been behind the curtain. And how many times have we, as fans and media members, been dying for some honesty, like what's wrong with player XYZ, what's wrong with this and that. And to me, he's a guy that just kind of called it out. Now, I don't know the fallout for that, but I would argue, you take a look at a guy like Werenski who could be up for the Norris. Does that put a little bit of a damper on going like, is this guy part of a culture problem or is he a guy who's going to drag them out of it? So stuff like that, it makes you think. But, man, that was a real shot of honesty from a head coach who, whether he has a contract or not, he's just being honest about what he's seen.
Just on this topic, Columbus are part of a trio of teams in the Red Wings Islanders as well who kind of had that, late quarter collapse here. And I know you're on the Sens beat, and Green's been talking about they've been on the grill for 4 months. Like they've essentially been playing playoff hockey to get in there. But which out of those three has been the most disappointing, I guess, fall from grace?
Detroit for me, because the last 2 years they have had a real drop off in March and April. And we actually ran a board on it. I did a Detroit game maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And we were talking about Detroit is teetering on this, this last 2 months drop off where they miss. And this one is more significant because if you look back to January 24th, this is what our board ran. They were in first place in the Atlantic on January 24th. Now they're on the outside looking in. Todd McLellan, you guys know him well. I know him really well. I had him as a coach. I think he's an unbelievable coach. I love the man. He was very honest as well and just said, listen, the fans can boo us. They have the right to do it, and they should because we haven't got the job done, and they're dying for playoff hockey. So that's the one that kind of sticks out for me. I thought Detroit had turned the corner. They went and got John Gibson. It took him a little bit to settle in, but he played really, really well. There wasn't a lot of weaknesses in their team. Just unfortunately, they didn't get enough wins near the end of the season. And it's funny. Like, I don't think you blow anything up there. I think you got to go back at it. But you have to understand that you're playing in the Atlantic and everybody's competitive there. So that's the biggest challenge. There are 5 teams from the Atlantic this year. And guess what? Guess who's going to be healthy and get a very high draft pick this offseason? The Florida Panthers. They're going right back to the top of the Atlantic or close to it, if you ask me, if they can get the goaltender signed. So, they've got to identify where they are and who their quality of competition is around them. And I'll give you an example. I know I'm getting long-winded, but last year the Calgary Flames missed with 96 points. And everyone's like, oh, well, the East is way more stronger than the West. Well, last year, Florida won the Stanley Cup, and look at Montreal Canadiens made the playoffs with 91 points. So I wouldn't sleep on anybody who makes it the playoffs with 91 points or 92 points, because, that's just how things have unfolded in the league this year as opposed to last year.
Jamie McLennan with us on the show this morning, joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. We'll get to some of those playoff matchups in the East because they're all set in a second, but we do want to dive into the Oilers here. And we were, talking about goaltending a little bit earlier on in the show today. And, you've been very pro Connor Ingram before they even really got a look at him here. Would you go as far as saying goaltending isn't a concern anymore for the Oilers going into the playoffs this year?
I mean, it's always going to be a concern because of the stigma around them. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter what you say about the Oilers. Somebody will go, oh, well, they never got a goal. They should have just gone and got a number 1 goaltender. And I go, okay, tell me 2 things. Who's available and what is the price of doing business? So, name me a number 1 goaltender in the last couple of years that has been available and who's a stud. Not a guy,
a real one, a real number 1. Right?
Yeah, like people are like, well, Vladar was available. Well, Vladar was the MVP of Philadelphia this year, and is it sustainable? I don't know. I like him as a goalie, but I don't know. I'd put Connor Ingram up against him from a skill set standpoint. So I think it's always going to be a topic of conversation until the goaltenders quiet it down, and a deep run in the playoffs. Showing the type of stability they've had in Connor Ingram's play recently has quieted the narrative down. But guess what? It goes hand in hand. How about attention to detail defensively? And that's the difference. They're They're giving up chances. In LA, Bouchard gives up that breakaway. Panarin scores. That's a difference in the game. But I didn't think they had their A game against LA, but it was a 1-0 game. You look at it against Colorado the other day. I thought both goaltenders played excellent. Wedgwood was really good, as well as Ingram. So, and both teams were missing top-tier players. Like everyone points, Colorado was missing. Well, again, Edmonton's missing
both
Hyman
of them were,
and
it was pretty much equal with who they were missing, right? Like
Exactly. They canceled each other off. But I think Ingram's done a really good job, and what he needs to do is just continue to play and play solid and give them an opportunity to win and maybe win rounds. And if he does that, then the narrative around him is, this guy gives them an opportunity. And I think if you look at it, and Chris Knobloch talked about it, he's given them a lot of quality starts since he's arrived. And that's all you can ask for, quality starts. And whether you win or lose, he has to give them a chance to win. And he's been doing that.
With Jari as the backup, I mean, like if Ingram has a bad game in the first round of the playoffs, you're going back to Ingram, right? He's earned that, right? Yeah, and not that Jari really hasn't given them much of another option, but to me, it's got to be Ingram's net almost exclusively in the playoffs here.
So far, yes. Now we don't know if you have 2 off games. What do you look at? Again, it comes back to the stability in that position. If Vasilevsky has a couple off games, he's going back in the net, but he's played 120 playoff games. Here's the one thing. I went through this the other day, and I should have put my notes right in front of me. They're on my counter around the corner. But I went through every goaltender, every organization, and the amount of experience they have in net. Edmonton has 12 games. Jari at 8, and Ingram has 4. But Minnesota Wild has like 4 games in experience in the playoffs in net. Colorado has 11. Like, these are teams that are expected to do some damage in the playoffs, and you're looking at the experience in net. Carter Hart has 14 games. I think he's Vegas's guy. Yes, Aiden Hill has 30 games. The guy who has the most experience is Vasilevsky with 120, and then Frederik Andersen with 85. I think Bussy might play in Carolina.
Yeah, he probably would.
I have more starts than he does in the playoffs right now, which is not good. So my point being is, because it's wide open, you are seeing the goaltender position. It's never been more, I guess, under scrutiny, because there isn't, outside of Vasilevsky, who's a rock star and who might win the Vezina, I think everybody else is kind of in the same bucket. I think Jake Ottinger might separate himself a little bit there as far as experience. But, Stuart Skinner is the guy who has 50 games in Pittsburgh. Like, Skinner, we've seen him the last couple of years. He's needed some help. So you look at it, throughout the playoffs, there's not a wealth of experience as far as playoff games and running it right the table. So that's where I think goaltending is going to be extra focused on this playoffs, because there hasn't been a guy outside of Vasilevsky who's just dominated in the playoffs.
We were talking about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins earlier, Noodles. He's got 55 points, 71 games, 7 less than he played last year, and on 49 points. We all know what he can do defensively. Is he? Where do you see him destined come playoff time? I mean, obviously Hyman's going to return, Draisaitl back at some point. But what do you expect from him come playoff time? Because we've seen him now. McDavid's upped his game with these guys out. He hasn't necessarily point-wise.
He's got 11 points in his last 25 games.
Yeah, but you do mention the defensive structure and everything. I mean, that's not maybe what he's asked, but where do you see him kind of fitting in come playoff time if and when all of these guys kind of return eventually?
Well, first and foremost, he's got to play better. I'm sorry. Like, we all love the Nuge, and we all know what he's capable of. He hasn't played to his capabilities recently. I think he's got another level. We all know that. But I'll give you an example. The other night, he got cleaned out in the faceoff dot. You can't do that, especially, killing penalties and in overtime and stuff. Like, this is a guy who, for me, is a cagey veteran, knows how to play in certain situations. And, it was draw after draw. He's just getting cleaned out. You're like, man, like, just tie one. Like, tie the guy up. And I think he's got either something's nagging him or he's just in a little bit of a lull right now, but he hasn't played to his capability. And there's been guys that, I've been hard on Henrique. Kapanen, to me, he's not played well enough. I'm sorry. And I don't know why he was out there in overtime. I think Chris Knobloch wanted to have some speed and maybe try and get him going, but then he runs the goalie and takes the penalty. Like, to me, there's players that I expect more. So coming back to the Nuge, I expect more from him. I think in a perfect world, is he going to play in that third line and have something going like they did before the injuries? Probably. And that would be a good matchup situation. But, those guys have to play a lot better. I think Szymanski's played really, really well. I think Podkolzin has found, a stride where he's trusted. I don't think he's played his best recently, but, with Hyman there, that power play is going to help a lot better. Where Podkolzin's on the back door, he doesn't have the hands that Hyman does, and as far as the redirects on the back door. So the players are there. If everybody's healthy, they can do some damage, but they need to play to their capability. It comes back to 93. I think he's got another level, and he will raise his level. He knows how to play, and he's a guy that I trust a lot in every situation.
You mentioned Podkolzin there, and Roslovic, they've tried, especially now Hyman's expected to be ready to go for first game. He was questionable for tomorrow. But Leon's not going to be there for the opening game. Nobody's expecting that. The power play, they had that one good game against San Jose, but outside of that, the power play without Leon Draisaitl has not been. And I get it. I mean, he's one of the best power play weapons in the history of the league. But Noodles, how much do you have to change things or find a way? Because they're going to have to get something from the power play until he returns in the first round, whether it be against the Kings or the Ducks or whoever. So can you just keep operating the same way they have been, or do they need to switch something up there?
You can operate the same way, but you can have some urgency. Number 2 can shoot the puck.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with him recently, but he will not shoot the puck from the point. He's been too slow and methodical. This is a guy who's got 92 points, so I'm not going to tell him how to play. But there is times where you're like, okay, would have liked to seen the shot established on the power play. That way it pushes the penalty kill off. Like if the puck they win the draw and it comes to Bouchard and he hammers a shot, the penalty kill is like, okay, this guy is an option to shoot. But if they go to Bouchard and he's force-feeding passes to McDavid and force-feeding passes instead of shooting, now your penalty kill will cheat to that. So if he established the shot, now you've got something. And the power play for the Edmonton Oilers has always been insanely creative. They take what's given to them. But you have to create, some of the spaces that are there. McDavid gets circling, which opens up spaces. That's what Draisaitl would get lost in coverage. We see RNH. He does a really good job from the half wall, directing traffic and moving the puck. But Bouchard is a key because he's got to be a threat from back there. So I think they go status quo, but I would use the word urgency. And I really haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. And I know number 2 gets a lot of heck for the urgency in his game. I'm an NHL voter. I've got him in the Norris conversation. I'm sorry. He's just been too good. He's too good of a player. He kills penalties. He's killed more minutes than any other Norris finalist by double. Like, this is a guy who has to be in the conversation. Doesn't mean I can't be hard on him and talk about some of the details that I think he's missing at this particular time. But Bouchard has to establish that shot and be dangerous on the power play.
You were talking about another name in the Hart Trophy conversation just on the topic of voting yesterday. Take it away.
Well, I think Nick Suzuki could have a conversation in there. I mean, I know McDavid, and again, McDavid, I think Kucherov, you look at McKinnon, missing somebody else in there. I think Celebrini's in that conversation. But Nick Suzuki has got 100 points. He's going to win the Selke. You look at what Montreal has done. They've had goaltending issues. Stability as far as consistency from the goaltenders. So he has to be at least thought about. Now, David Pastrnak is another guy that has intrigued me, and I'm kind of like seesawing around those guys, whether it's Pastrnak or if it's Nick Suzuki. But I think sometimes we're so focused on, hey, Caulfield's got 50 and Demidov has, been an unbelievable rookie. And then you look at, Lane Hudson's been unbelievable. Well, Suzuki is the mainstay there. And I think he's an unbelievable player. So I do have him, at least when I'm going through my thought process, I do have him near the top. I don't know if he'll make my top 5. We have to vote for 5, but he is on my list and very high up.
Noodles, quickly, because we won't talk with you again. I say quickly, but we won't talk with you again before the playoffs begin. Montreal, Tampa. Let's hit that, and then we'll get to the Sens too. Montreal, Tampa. A lot of people are picking Tampa to come out of the East. I think Montreal is going to give them everything that they can handle. I don't even know if I would really refer to it as that much of an upset. Like, what do you think of Montreal's chances here against the Lightning?
The thing that Montreal has is tremendous speed, and they've got really high skill. So, can they hold up in that playoff style? That's the biggest thing. Last year against Washington, I believe it was, the game got heavy. And that's where I think, Ken Lane Hudson, who is another guy, if you look at the metrics, he might be up in the Norris conversation of how well he's played defensively. Which is crazy, but I get.
Putton had him as a top 4 guy yesterday on his ballot. Yeah. I think Lane Hudson's played very well from an analytics standpoint and also eye test. But I'm just saying, like, he has to be in that conversation, or at least thought of. I look at it. I don't think it would be the biggest upset, but I do have Tampa, favored. You look at all positions. The goaltending. I mean, it's not that it's not close, but Dobish versus Vasilevsky, as far as his experience. On the back end, like Radish, this guy's going to be unrestricted. He's literally going to write himself a blank check if he doesn't want to stay in Tampa. I think he should stay in Tampa because you're going to get passes from Kucherov the rest of your career. But I look at it like they are the balance of both teams if they're healthy. Hedman's a question mark, right? Cirelli
and Cirelli and Hagel just coming back off of injury. Now they're playing, so that's good. But I do have Tampa as a favorite, but I don't think it would be this crazy upset because Montreal playing in that Bell Center, that is like a seventh man. Like they are an unbelievable fan base that helps push. They're a lot like that Edmonton crowd. The Oilers crowd like really pushes the team in the playoffs. And I think that might be a little bit of a help for the Canadians. I don't think it would be a huge upset, but I still have Tampa beating them maybe in 6 or 7.
And the Sens are going to be a sexy upset pick because of the how hot they've been down the stretch. Carolina and their playoff woes usually later in the postseason. So let me do that. What's the path to an upset for Ottawa? What has to happen there?
They need Allmark to just play his game. I think Ottawa cannot take their foot off the gas. And if you know that Spider-Man meme where you've got two Spider-Mans pointing at each other? Yeah. That's Carolina and Ottawa. They play the same way. They're stingy defensively. They contest every piece of ice. Now, here's my question to you. If you had to do a draft of both teams, lay them out on paper, would Tim Stützle be taken first? Would Jake Sanderson be taken first? Would Brady Tkachuk be right there? Over Aho, Svechnikov, Stankoven, guys like that. So maybe there is some separating skill that Ottawa might tip the scales a little bit more than Carolina. That's how close they are. I would say that.
Good stuff, Noodles. As always, buddy, we appreciate the time, and we'll be talking middle of round 1 next week.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
There you go. That is Jamie McLennan. He has joked in the past how he'd stay with us for an hour. We kept him for a pretty good chunk today, but there was so much to get to. There's so much to get to. He makes a good point on the Sens top end guys versus Carolina's top end guys.
And a Tkachuk.
I don't know, man. I think
beside Matt, hey, Brady's time.
As long as Allmark, if Allmark can give them quality goaltending, not even spectacular, but just quality goaltending, I think Ottawa makes that series very interesting.
And also, to a point he made too of being a Canadian market, you do get a bit of a bump and a buzz playing in those barns. It's always going to be the case. And the way Ottawa's been playing and that dog mentality of them right now, like that's a dangerous thing.
It's got to be a good vibe there for sure. Yep, you would think. Jamie McLennan joined us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. 15 Firehouse Sub locations already popping up around the Edmonton area. Remember, when the Oilers win 2 in a row, you get the medium brisket hat trick for just $8.99. All their subs freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to sassify. All right, let's get into your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. Play Alberta is the title sponsor of everything we do here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Download the Play Alberta app today, and you'll find your casino, your sports, your lottery all in one place, and what you play within Alberta stays in Alberta. All right, so what do we got tonight? It's tough. It's tough now because a lot of these teams are already locked in. Like betting the National Hockey League's a bit of a tough spot.
You want to go to the
right
play-in.
Well, I mean,
or to the diamond.
I don't hate any of these options. We got options here. I don't hate any of them.
Options.
The play-in situation tonight, the 76ers are 2-point favorites against the Orlando Magic. And then the Golden State Warriors are 5.5-point dogs against the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, Steph Curry's been banged up. They've started to work him back in. I do think I like Kawhi and the Clippers tonight in that one. But in the NHL, we've got Dallas, Buffalo. We've got the Red Wings and the Panthers. We've got the Rangers and the Lightning, the Maple Leafs and the Sens, Sharks and the Blackhawks, and then the Kraken and the Golden Knights. So what's the only meaningful game there tonight is Kraken and Golden Knights. Trev, what are you liking tonight around the National Hockey League here? And there's a few different things you can look at. I do like the Sens rubbing it into the Leafs. Like, this game means nothing to us. No, but we're still gonna give it to you. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe not. What do you think? And then there's obviously on the diamond as well. Toronto Blue Jays coming in off a win, getting the Brewers again. Trev, what are you going to throw in the mix here?
Oh, this is good. Actually, this is decent games. Should I be chalky? I'm coming off a big win. I don't know.
You are coming off a dog play with the Minnesota Wild yesterday.
A bit risky. Let's go with. I'll take the Sharks over the Blackhawks.
Oh, I like that pick.
Yeah.
I was looking at that one myself a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so San Jose is a -128 favorite. Okay, so we'll start with the Sharks on this card. LTE, what are you looking at?
I don't know.
I'm going to throw the Clippers in. Okay?
Yeah, I kind of want to meet you there.
I'm going to go to the association. I'm going to take the Clippers.
I kind of do too. And
So we got the Clippers.
Sixers and Magic both hot heading into this one. Magic 7-3. They're a game below 500 on the road, though. I think this season.
Yeah, you know, the one game we haven't is the Golden Knights. Lock up the division.
Oh, they're winning that. Okay, you want me? Okay, yeah.
Well, no, I'm just
no,
saying,
no,
I
but
mean,
that's
I
easy. And they're playing the Kraken. I mean,
Well, let's get a dub.
talked about okay, yeah, Golden Knights.
Let's,
Give me the Golden
you want to do it?
Give me the Golden Knights.
You don't have to.
No,
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, they can lock up the division.
I was looking at Philly and Orlando, and I'm still kind of.
You're not too sure which side.
And
to
I
get
can't. Yeah, so let's go with.
So
Vegas.
we're on Clippers, we're on Golden Knights, and we're on the San Jose Sharks tonight.
And I was going to take the Magic.
But I'm not. Okay, but just so we know.
If things go
Just
haywire.
so you know, you're going to take
yeah.
the Magic. And you know what? If you want to ride with LT on the Magic, plus 107 on the money line anyway. So it's a plus money number, so you can get it if you want. We don't want to throw the Magic in here as well, though.
No,
Okay, all right.
No, but
let's not get carried away. Let's use our game where you can use our game sense here.
Yeah.
We're going to go Clippers. We're going to go Golden Knights. We're going to go Sharks. It's plus 255 before the boost. We'll probably get it closer to plus 280-ish. You'll be able to find it on the EST specials page over at playalberta.ca. All right, we got free advice coming up for Damon Bunting. What do you need help with? We're the advice boys. We're here for you. We're not going to mock you. What do you need help with? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999.
Hell, you could add some advice. People are looking for a sync update as well.
I haven't got one
probably
yet.
didn't have a lot of time.
I haven't got one yet. I guess I, too, looking for advice still. Tam yesterday was like, we can't have no sync for 6 months. I said, 6 months?
Settle down.
We'll come back around to it.
You say relax.
We'll come back. Yeah, don't say that. You can't use the R word, man. You can't say relax to your wife.
Tammy,
it's just
relax.
Yeah, relax. I got it. All right. Free advice for Damien Bunting. What do you need help with? 780-218-9999. Macramalla is on the way as well. If you're on 95.7, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update with the lovely Pauline Higgins. Then you're right back with us. Don't go anywhere. If you're on any of our online platforms, including YouTube, where are we at? Did we smash through 150 like I was hoping here before 7:30? Where are we at now on those thumbs? 184. This is what I'm talking about. 16 likes away from hitting 200 midway through the show. Let's go. Hammer the thumbs up for the crew here. We love it. We got a sports update for you with Lieutenant Eric. Brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who's on the Sixers tonight. What? Visit them at 983 First Street in Sherwood Park.
Surprise, surprise, the Kings get a point as they fall 4-3 in overtime out in Vancouver last night. Ducks fall on the road in Minnesota 3-2 to the Wild, and the Mammoth would clinch wild card spot 1 in the West with a 5-3 victory over the Jets. Taking a look at the Pacific this morning as it stands, all 4 teams on 81 games played. The Golden Knights with 93 points, Oilers 91, Anaheim 90, Kings 90. Oilers round out the regular season tomorrow at home to the Canucks. The Kings will wrap up the season tomorrow in Calgary, and the Ducks are on the road in Nashville. 6 games tonight, including the Golden Knights wrapping up their season at home to the Kraken. Vlad Guerrero Jr. would double home the go-ahead run in the 10th, leading the Jays to a 9-7 victory in Milwaukee to open a 9-game road trip. Game 2 of that 3-game set will go tonight. Dylan Cease, the scheduled starter, first pitch, 5:40. NBA play-in action got underway last night. It was the Hornets surviving in overtime 127-126 against the Heat. Portland victorious. They defeat Phoenix 114-110. The Trailblazers will advance to take on the Spurs in opening round action. Play-ins continue tonight. It's the Magic in Philly. The winner will face the Celtics. The loser plays the Hornets Friday. And the Warriors visit the Clippers with the winner slated to play the Suns on Friday as well. The Raptors open their postseason on the road in Cleveland Saturday at 11. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he's actually on the Magic.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki with like a giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Lynyrd Skynyrd with like an angel band. And I'm in the crowd hammered drunk.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Owen! Owen! Chap, chap, Owen, come on. Owen loves his mama.
Owen's mama, she's a baddie. Claim you didn't have a cousin Patty.
Cousin Patty.
You tried so hard, but couldn't get a pass. Stay away from me, you horse's ass.
You horse's ass.
She's the mama, a real pain. Gonna throw her from the train.
Chap, chap, Owen, come on.
She's the mama, a real pain. Gonna throw her from the train.
Chap, chap, Owen, come on.
Owen's mama, not very nice. She's among some soda with some ice. Chop chop Owen, she's always bugging. Who are you? All of a sudden.
Who the hell are you all of a sudden?
She's the mama, a real pain. Gonna throw her from the train.
Chap chap Owen, come on.
She's the mama, a real pain. Gonna throw her from the train.
Chap chap Owen, come on.
Owen's mama, pain to bud, don't want salt on her nuts. Owen's mama, got no spouse. There's a murderer in the house.
There's a murderer in the house.
Mama, a real pain, gonna throw her from the train.
Chap chap Owen, come on.
She's the mama, a real pain, gonna throw her from the train.
I'm through with watching a team that simply just can't win. It's time for the playoffs and the Oilers are in. Turns out this season was better than you thought it would be. Tell me what you got. They've got a brand new captain with a C on his chest. And around the league they know he's best. And if you don't agree with that, then you just made the list. Sorry, old dog. They've got a goalie that has no limit. Every single night the net he's in. And he joined the 40-win club and Fuhrer said that's fine with me. Been there, done that. Sorry boys on the bus, but they've got new stars. Renamed 104th McDavid Boulevard. Corner between Dry and Pat Maroon is fine for me. So tell me how they did it. They made a trade some thought was lame, but they picked up Lawson for what's his name. Cause we all just wanna watch the playoffs and be down on white when the shirts come off. The girls ain't easy and the drugs aren't cheap. Can't go to the game, ticket price is too steep. So we'll hang out at the coolest bars and drive around with flags on our cars. Every bandwagon fan gonna play this song and cheer for Pisani cause they don't know he's gone. Hey, hey,
I wanna watch the playoffs. Hey, nothing like a good Nickelback parody. Here come playoff time.
They always hit. Yeah.
I've noticed a lack of car flags in the city so far.
Yeah, but you know what? Even
it's like
last
you don't
year,
even care about it. They've
Well, no.
clinched, right? It's clinching time. They've put on your car flag.
Last year, as per tradition, Oilers Kings in the opening round, and people were like, talk to me. And like,
I drove past someone in my neighborhood yesterday who had the Senators car flag on.
see, but that's neutral. They're everybody's.
Still kind
They're
of
everybody's.
blew my
second-
mind.
Yeah.
When do you put on your car flag, everybody? You're not supposed to be excited for the playoffs here. Nielson Show original songs brought to you by Sportball. Spring is the perfect time to get kids active, try new sports, and build confidence. Multi-sport programs introduce soccer, baseball, basketball, football, and more. Focus on fun first, no pressure, just play and learning. Visit www.sportball.com. Use the code EST15 for 15% off select classes at sportball.com. You can text us anytime. Macramalla is going to be by around 7:45. We'll get his thoughts on the Habs and the Lightning and how much of an upset it would actually be. So we'll get into that a little bit as we work our way through the show today. But let's get into free advice for Damon Bunting. Buying or selling, Bunting is your guy. All-time good dude. You only do business with Bunting if you like doing business with nicest guys ever. It's as simple as that.
Buying, selling, or even look them up and get some advice.
I'd just hang out. Oh, yeah,
Well, you
or
know what I
advice
mean?
too.
Like,
Yeah, that's true too. Damon Bunting has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for almost 2 decades. He and his team at The Agency would love to help you find that right home or make a move to your current home. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or on the Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. D-Rex just texted us. Says, boys, I just drove by my first car flag, and it was a Philadelphia Flyers car flag. What are we doing here?
What?
Yeah. That was interesting. K-Pols texts in and says, guys, I picked up my EST discounted William Huff banner last night. Did I need a 4-foot banner? No. Did I get one? Yes. That's good. WilliamHuff.com/shop. Use the code EST Huff, EST Huff 10. You'll get 10% off. And they'll sell all the packaged items individually for you as well with our partners over at William Huff. All right. Well, here's all right. Greasy Gord's asking for some advice. Quickly on my sink update. It hasn't been fixed. I got home yesterday and Tam today to talk to anybody about the sink.
When you said it's not fixed yet?
Did you talk to anybody about the sink? I said, well, a lot of people said I could probably just do it myself. And she gave like the biggest eye roll of all time. Like,
that initial reaction speaks louder than any words, eh? Like
she has no faith in me.
Yeah.
She has no faith in me fixing the sink by myself. Now, I also have no faith in myself to fix the sink by myself. And I'm afraid that if I attempt to fix the sink by myself, it'll look for a brief moment like I did fix it, and then a bigger leak will pop up somewhere else.
You could be creating a
beneath
problem.
the sink.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
then
this.
it's more money.
I know. And then it's this whole thing,
yeah.
right? So, but it can't be that hard to change a seal.
Well, I think maybe you do it this time. You watch a pro do it, and then you learn the knowledge.
Copy it. I lock it in.
You lock it in, and the next time it happens, and you
maybe that's
from the pro.
Maybe that's what I do. Okay, here's this one. Greasy Gord texting. Greasy Gord says, "Hey guys, I need advice with my next door neighbor. He lives in the house beside me with his parents, and he doesn't have a job. He spends all his time sitting on their front porch, smoking, coughing, and hacking, spitting, and scrolling on his phone. And I have to listen to this every night while I'm trying to fall asleep. He'll be out there from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. He's also been giving my dogs treats over the fence for years, which I've never really liked, but we let it go because he's generally a very friendly guy. But I want it to finally come to a stop. He's helped us a lot over the years with some neighborly things, and I don't want him to think we hate him. But these couple of things are driving me insane. Any advice?" Oh, man. Oh, man.
There's a give and take here, it seems. Like he's got pros, and then there's lots of cons.
This isn't advice, but this is my general thoughts on this.
311.
Have somebody else rat him out. But he's going to know.
Call the city on him.
Somebody's like, yeah, we've got a complaint from somebody says you're spitting too loud at night. And he sits like across from your bedroom window.
And you're peeking through the window and they look over and you.
Greasy Gord, you're not going to like this, man, but I think you've let this get too far. Right? He says it's been going on for years.
It's almost like feeding a wild animal at this point.
Yeah,
You've gotten help from him, and now he feels inclined.
You're going to get mad because that coyote keeps coming back?
You keep playing around with him. Maybe he goes to Damon Bunting and moves. Bunting can find you a new home.
That's a good point.
This is the whole tie-in now.
This is like me with the sink. You're just gonna have to get a new home.
New house.
Maybe you just gotta move, man.
You gotta move.
Use that. What were people saying yesterday? I could do insurance fraud and burn my house down.
Maybe not the best advice, but
maybe that's maybe that's what you have to do. I mean, if you said he's a very friendly guy, maybe you chat with him and just say, "Hey man, could you go smoke and cough on the other side of the house?"
Yeah, invite him over to we need Deba. Let's have a chat.
That's the tough thing.
Heart to heart.
It's not like it's his property.
Does your landlord upstairs like do anything outside that you hear from outside, like your window?
No, he's very quiet.
Our neighborhood's very quiet.
Yeah.
Like,
there's not much you can do. Like, it's not like that's his property, right?
Chris in the nice chat. Is his name Hernan Salas?
Out there smoking darts,
coughing,
talking to Dahmer on his phone.
However, the dog thing, you can. I feel like that's the only thing.
Yeah, don't get. But you
can be like, don't give my dog
Trev. He says he's also been giving my dog treats over the fence for years. Like, you can't let it go on.
He's on a new diet. He's on a new diet.
The dog's on a new diet.
Yeah, dog's on a new diet. Hey, man, I know you've been doing it. Sorry.
Good point.
We're going to have to cut back with the treats. He's only
getting
liquid.
Too fat.
He's on a liquid
my
diet right
dog's
now.
getting too fat.
He's having a problem with his bowels.
That's
what I would say.
I think this is past the point of no return here.
Yeah, like what do you, I mean, he's going to be like, he's probably going to be like, no.
But now, what about this theory? Sleep with earplugs.
Yeah. Close the windows.
You can go get earplugs at like Shoppers Drug Mart for $2. Toss them in. Somebody else suggested a white noise machine.
You could have a
like
cough.
a little baby.
Yeah.
You
could cough back and try to annoy him so much.
Hack off, where you just do the exact same thing and you just look at him and.
What if you
spit on him?
I'm assuming this is right next to his bedroom window, or he's allowed his cough forever. What if you opened up your blinds and like just did creepy stuff to creep him out? So he's like, I can't sit here anymore. This is getting too awkward.
You fight fire with fire. You annoy him
You lift
or creep him out
the
more.
thing up and start rubbing your nipples.
Yeah.
And then
eye contact.
Yeah, and then he's got it. I mean, it goes one of two ways, and you're hoping that he leaves. That could be something as well. Dex is in and says, "What if all these guys listen to the show? Like the guy who's hacking and coughing."
No, I always love this. It's ships in the night, like and the other guy, he's listening to this. He's like, "Oh, geez, like kind of have to change up my."
Gordfather texted and says, "So your neighbor feeds your dog, does the night shift on Community Watch, and is a good guy." Boy, really giving the community a bad rap here.
That's an interesting theory as well.
And that's, I guess, one way you could spin
Look at it, yeah.
This text comes in, first time they've ever texted in their entire life. Probably a 95.7 Cruise FM listener says, sleep with his wife. Now, they said that he's the son of the people that live there.
Sleep with his mom.
This dude does.
Really?
We were talking, Trev and I were talking about the movie The Campaign off the air yesterday. Remember when Farrell's like, I'm gonna sleep with his wife.
I'm gonna go sleep with
his wife. It's the same type of thing.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Well, I slept with your wife. His wife's passed.
His wife passed. Oh, man. Once again, an excellent Seinfeld reference that Trev doesn't get.
That's a good one.
Dex says, go out and mooch smokes off of him.
Actually, that'll get him off.
Him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just start asking him.
Hey, man, you got a dart?
I think if you get him to quit smoking somehow, then the coughing and the spitting won't, like, you could kind of have a domino effect here. He wouldn't be sitting out there because he doesn't have to.
Okay, here's Greasy Gourd follow-up. He says, I've told him in the past to limit the treats to a few a week, but lately I've caught him doing several a day. I love Greasy Gourd. Like Gord looking out the window of the kitchen, seeing him feed his dog.
What's he doing?
Has like a little notebook, and he marks it down like treat time. Like, I've been thinking about getting him a little gift card and just saying, thanks for all the treats over the year, but the dogs are turning into beggars and it has to stop.
That's, you know what?
That's a good point. Yeah.
But that's a good action too. You say, thanks for what you've done, but your services are no longer needed.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The dogs appreciate it.
But
it was a good run.
Yeah.
But
Lucas is suggesting that you go outside and bum a smoke too. I've never been in the bumming of a smoke or having smokes to allow somebody to bum game before. So I don't know how annoying it is, but is it very annoying?
Yeah, you keep it up. You keep that up. And then when he gives you smoke, you just take it, put it in your pocket, and walk away. Like you don't smoke with him. You just keep taking them.
Yeah, you got to beat him in his own game, I feel like. Play some loud music. Spit even more.
Amos Moses is suggesting you throw a poison-laced dart back over the fence for the neighbor. Like a cigarette. Poison, so you're going to kill the guy.
One of those exploding
Amos
ones.
Moses is suggesting you kill the guy.
That's terrible.
That's
Tiki Sparks, go out, watch something louder, and throw up.
Beat him in his own game.
Really elevate the...
Bones is suggesting taller fences. Triple P is asking, does this guy have a sister? So there's lots of different things that you could... yeah.
K-Pole says give his mom some treats.
The rookie suggests quietly wait in your backyard for his hand to come over the fence with the dog treat and then chop it off with an axe. He will ensure he can't smoke anymore.
Two birds, one stone.
Yeah, that's a good point. You guys are all ridiculous. Is Macramalla, speaking of ridiculous, Macramalla's going to join us as well. We'll get his thoughts on this maybe.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one for Macramalla. I think he'll probably like this. It's not like a case, but it is something that he could use. We could use his advice on. As a very successful man, so we'll get into that. I do have some Macramalla intros. He's brought to you by Park Mazda. Let's see here. EST legal analyst and guy who left a positive IMDb review of the Bill Engvall, Billy Ray Cyrus comedy Bait Shop because some men just want to watch the world burn. Excellent show. Everybody should watch it. EST legal analyst and guy who claims he's revolutionized law by not putting his pants back on after the pandemic. EST legal analyst and guy who almost opened his parachute late because he was too busy singing, trying to get Tom Petty out of his head. Free falling. That's a good one. And then EST legal analyst and guy who made a small fortune in the riboflavin business, which we were talking about with your Rockstar energy drink. I'm going to get his advice for Greasy Gord here on the text line too. There he is. Macramalla, what's up, my man?
Those texts. Not the same. Didn't rise to the same level they have over the past 15 years as I've done these segments for free. Now, still very good, and still very good, and love the engagement from your listeners. It's the best engagement across the country, if not the galaxy. I think we would agree, right? But it's driven by you guys. It's driven by you because people feel comfortable, and they love you. It's funny, as he was there was mention of me on my phone. That actually reminds me. So I joined a gym about 2 months ago.
Like a rich person gym?
We were going to say something.
Yeah, totally. Where it's so rich that I hire someone to dress like me and wear an Eric wig and work out.
I thought your face was looking a little more jacked lately.
You look very lean.
Good.
Yeah,
looks good. Yeah.
Thanks. I do. I look amazing. My upper body is like an overage wrestler in his 80s. So, but here's the thing: as you go on your phone, ironically, it's me, by the way. I was one who texted.
I saw your text. Yeah, I just saw your text.
It's amazing. Your face is red now. Yeah. It's kind of like me when I'm working out. But here's the thing, and I want to get your views on this. This is interesting. I may talk about it in my own show now. So I'm in this weightlifting class, right? Everybody has their own little station as our butlers work out and pretend to be us. And in between sets, some of the younger folks get on their phones and they're texting and they're looking at Instagram. I'm thinking, you're addicted, or a serious case of FOMO, or just a low energy loser like Jeb Bush that just can't put the damn phone down. You guys have beautiful bodies, so you don't need to go to the gym.
Good point.
But if you did, and you saw people in a class on their phones, on IG, in between sets, what would your reaction be?
I mean, I'd probably be on my phone. So that would be a tough look.
You wouldn't notice because you would be on your phone.
Do you mean you on your phone? Would you be texting them and saying, put your phone down?
How much time between sets?
Like 30 to 40 seconds while our butlers relax.
That's ridiculous.
Or our butlers are tired.
Maybe they're charting
Why would you have to do on your phone in 40 seconds?
Well, maybe they're charting their... Some people say before sets.
Maybe they're checking their heart rate.
Well, between sets and there's...
No, you have a watch for that. No, I don't think it's heart rate, because I look at their phones. I'm curious. I want to collect as much data as I can on these losers. And it's not... Because you have your watch if you want, right? Your phone is not going to have that, right? So... it just strikes me as like, it's kind of sad. Is it sad, or is it just me?
Even while you're getting a lift in, a pump.
Yeah, what if you're
a lift or a pump? What do you call it?
I guess a pump.
Oh, nice.
Maybe a lift.
Pump. Good. Both.
What if, are these the same people? Like, let's say you're making love to your common law spouse. Do you pull your phone out? I don't think so.
Depends on the day, I guess.
Well, unless you're looking for tips.
Money to be made.
Looking for tips.
It does depend on the day.
Had his notes written on his hand.
The crypt notes.
Remember that?
Yeah. I mean, I still eat corned beef sandwiches while I make love.
Yeah, of course.
Like
and listen to baseball.
And watch a bit of TV. I have a little black and white TV, and I was able to jack up, get a VCR hooked up to it. So as I make love to my common law spouse, I will watch Expos games on beta and eat smoked meat sandwiches. That's the most Montreal. That's where I'm from, as you know, from Montreal. Yeah. That is the most. Let me know when we're on, by the way. I'm just curious.
Well, we want your thoughts. So we do, before we have you on, we have a free, we call it our free advice segment. And this guy texted in this scenario, and we talked about it for like 10 minutes. So I'm going to throw it at you. He texted and he goes, "Hey guys, I need advice with my next door neighbor. He lives in the house beside me with his parents. He doesn't have a job. He spends all of his time sitting on their front porch, smoking, coughing, and hacking and spinning and scrolling on his phone. I have to listen to this every night when I'm trying to fall asleep. He'll be out there from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. He's also been giving my dogs treats over the fence for years, which I'd never really liked, but we let it go because he's generally a very friendly guy. But I finally want it all to come to a stop. He's helped us a lot over the years with some neighborly things, and I don't want him to think we hate him, but a couple of these things are driving me insane. Any advice? What would you do?
Well, I think they do hate him. Did you say he's out there from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Yeah, he sits out there all night, I guess.
Huh? Is he a security guard protecting the house?
I mean, that would make
9
sense.
p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Anybody who's out from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. hacking and coughing and smoking.
I'm sure he goes back in, comes out at like midnight, has a smoke, coughs a bunch, and then feeds the dog and then goes back inside.
But is he he's out there at 2 a.m. as well?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Look, he's feeding the dog. He's outside on the patio. There's probably a chair there. So all that suggests to me that the man is lonely and poor guy just wants to connect. The problem is he's quite annoying and kind of gross at times and a little bit disgusting. I would not hire him as my butler if you're wondering.
Yeah.
What?
He's let it go on for years. Right? You should have put a plug in this.
It's too late now.
2 months in.
So what's this guy's name? Greasy what?
Greasy Gord. Yeah, it's Greasy Gord who has the issue.
I mean, if his name is Greasy Gord, perhaps he has more in common with his neighbor than he may think. That's the nice way to put it. He's let it go on for years. So not only has he acquiesced to this, he's also frankly encouraged it and allowing his dog to be fed. Feeding any mammal is a very intimate personal experience. I think we would all agree. So at this point, it's been so long that Greasy's only recourse is to move.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier.
That was one of the options.
Burn your home down and get the insurance money.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's insurance fraud. I suggested something a little bit more gentle. That is move. Right?
Yeah, it's only insurance.
Because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, cover your tracks.
There's nothing you can do about the guy hacking. By the way, if you're smoking and you're hacking, it's your body saying you're killing me.
Smoking,
Stop smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking is for losers, right? Like Jeb, agreed?
Jeb Bush smoked 2 packs a day.
Like who still smokes? When you see someone smoking outside a building and it's minus 50, do you go, what's wrong with you? But just smoking generally, isn't it cigarettes? It's just so lame now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I have 3 to 4 a day, and
you don't mind to post.
I'm messing with you, buddy.
I literally lost respect for you when you said that.
I wanted to see your reaction. Hey,
these free segments are over.
Look, we gotta get to the Habs, man. That's what
Yeah, sure.
I think they got a really good shot against the Tampa Bay Lightning. What's the path? What's the path to knocking off Vasilevsky and these guys?
There's been a lot of tempered expectations, particularly as expressed by management for the Canadians, because they're not a fully formed team as of yet, which is true. They're not a fully formed team. But the fact they're not a fully formed team, that means really by way of experience, it doesn't preclude the possibility they can go far in the playoffs, simply because you look at their record. Now, they don't have as many regular wins in wins in regulation.
Yeah, wins in regulation.
They don't have as many. They're actually pretty far behind, and they made a lot of noise in overtime. So I think that is a little bit of a cause for concern, winning 5-on-5. But that being said, goaltending with Dobish, since they got a new goaltending coach, he has remarkably changed his style. And I don't remember last time I saw a goalie who, just by way of the eye test, looked quite different with a different goaltending coach. He protects the bottom of the net. He spends a lot of time on the ice now. You got to beat him up high. He's a big body. It's really difficult. But the Canadians' bottom line is they were very good this season. They had 106 points. So it stands to reason that they can compete with any team. Tampa's missing Hedman. And if he's not there for that initial round of the playoffs, Tampa's going to have some problems. I mean, they're older and they're playing hurt. We know a lot of their guys went down. Sorelli and Hagel and Point. Guys like that got hurt this season. Vasilevsky has played well, but really only in the second half. So there's a lot of opportunity here. The issue for the Canadians is they've lost Noah Dobson. And if you don't like Noah Dobson as a hockey player, then you have failed a fundamental IQ test as a hockey person. You don't understand hockey if you don't think that Noah Dobson does everything really well. It's that initial pass, the way he leverages his body. The puck comes in, the puck goes out right away. The Canadians' defensive zone. That's a massive loss. Ryan Bacher is NHL ready, no doubt about that. Smooth skater, fantastic first pass,
now, right?
smart, but he's not ready. He's not Noah Dobson. So can the Canadians beat Tampa? Yes. Without Hedman, do I expect the Canadians will beat Tampa? The answer is yes. I do expect they'll do it. And I think the Canadians will make some noise in the playoffs. And I also think that the Senators are a good team. If they can get goaltending, that's a tough team to play against. That's the best eighth-ranked team I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, if they get goaltending, I think it's a coin flip. Yeah. against the Hurricanes if they can get goaltending. Like Allmark it's been a very interesting season for Allmark, but if he can give them pretty solid goaltending, Ottawa's not going to be an easy out, even for a team like Carolina.
Yeah, how about your Oilers? It's exciting, I guess.
Yeah, well, especially if they get to play the Kings again in the first round, which looks like it could be trending towards that way with the Kings and the Ducks basically tied, each with a game left. So, but the Oilers, like the Oilers situation, they're banged up. Like they're expected to get Hyman back, but probably not going to have Dickinson for the first round, or we'll see what the evaluation is on him. And then Leon, they're hoping to get at some point in the first round. So they're going to have to overcome some injuries to get the job done here as well, which I do think they will. But it's I think expectations for this team this year are limited.
They're limited. At the same time, the idiotic, stupid playoff format in the NHL has either the Stars or the Wild gone after the first round.
You're knocking off a big boy early. Yeah, that's true.
So that's going to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to, you know what? The Oilers last year, if they had last year's edition, no injuries and stuff, you're going to the Cup final. This year feels a bit different for the Oilers, but that's from a distance. But maybe that's a good thing. Lowered expectations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think about Connor McDavid every morning while my butler shower is cleaning me in the shower. And the thing I think about every single morning is how he screwed us in the Olympics. How he tried to go 1-on-2 in 3-on-3 overtime, not once, but twice. Second time resulted in a turnover. I can't forgive him. I don't blame McKinnon for missing the open net. I don't blame McCarr for anything. I blame your guy, Connor McDavid, for losing the goal.
We better let you go today, Matt.
That's right. No, I said it. Hang on. No, my writers also agree with me. Thank you.
Okay. Love you, buddy. We'll see you later.
I love you guys more than Nathan McKinnon. You guys take care.
That's Eric Macramalla. I like to imagine him getting ready in the morning like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Yeah.
Remember he would get in the thing and they'd clean him all over.
I do love the butler washing him in the shower and him, but sitting in the shower, like on a stool.
Yeah, on like an old person's stool in the shower. Yeah.
Pumice stone and everything.
All right, there you go. That is Eric Macramalla. He is our legal analyst. That's a loose term. But he's brought to you by the staff at Park Mazda. Mitch and the crew, they love Macramalla, don't they? All right, we got kind of easy trivia coming up. We got 3 questions too many coming up. Lieutenant Eric's Weekly Rankings of Power. Ryan Rishaug from the Got Your Back podcast and TSN. Marmot Basin Still Report and the Wrap for William Huff. Lots still to get to as we work our way through the show. If you're watching over on YouTube today, please sub to the channel. If you haven't already, we're trying to make a big push up to 14,400 subs. I think we're about like 25 away from hitting that. So if you've not yet subbed to the channel, please do. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to have notifications on or anything, but the sub would mean a lot to us. We're at 220 thumbs up, so let's blow through 300 here. If you've not yet given us the thumbs up on YouTube, hammer it, and it helps push our shows out to other people just like you who would be entertained by our program. All right, if you're listening on 95.7, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update, then you are back with us. If you're on any of our online platforms, we do have a sports update for you today. It is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Windsor, the experts you need to know.
Here's the update.
It's the energy drink.
Wow, is that what that is?
It's the riboflavin.
Holy smokes, the riboflavin is unmatched.
Kings falling in overtime last night, 4-3 to the Canucks. Jake DeBrusk scoring the winner in that one. The Wild would knock off the Ducks 3-2, and the Mammoth clinch wildcard spot 1 in the West, 5-3 over the Jets. Looking at the Pacific this morning, all 4 teams on 81 games played. Vegas 93 points, Edmonton 91, Anaheim 90, and the Kings also on 90. The Oilers will cap the regular season tomorrow at home to the Canucks. The Kings will be in Calgary, and the Ducks visit the Preds. 6 games around the league tonight, including the Golden Knights putting an end to their regular season, hosting the Kraken. Toronto Blue Jays improved to 7-9 as they open a 9-game road trip with a 9-7 victory over the Brewers. Vlad Guerrero Jr. would double home the go-ahead run in the 10th inning. Game 2 goes tonight. First pitch 5:40. Dylan Cease, the scheduled starter. NBA play-in action from last night. Hornets topping the Heat 127-126 in overtime, while Portland They would advance to take on the Spurs in the opening round following a 114-110 victory against the Suns. Play in action continues tonight. Magic visit the Sixers. Winner will take on the Celtics. Loser will play the Hornets on Friday. And the Warriors in LA to battle the Clippers, with the winner advancing to play the Suns also on Friday. Raptors get the postseason underway Saturday at 11 a.m. down in Cleveland. Sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Oh yeah! Pour it on! You wanna win it? Game on, yeah! Oh, baby! It's time to play with disdain. If you wanna lift the cup again, push and shove and rough up. You know Connor's gonna get the win. And yes, they lift the cup again. Got no doubt in my head. And yes, they lift the cup again. Oh man, playoffs are insane. Playoffs are insane. Rock and Rogers place. Rock and Rogers place.
McDavid moving in with speed. He shoots. He scores.
Hop on this train and hang on. You know they got it, ain't no looking back. It's a tough road to the cup. Gotta win for in the best of sevens. And yes, they lift the cup again. Got no doubt in my head. And yes, they lift the cup again. Oh man, playoffs are insane. Playoffs are insane. Rock and Rogers place. Rock and Rogers place. Yeah. Playoffs are insane. Playoffs are insane. Rock and Rogers place. Oh, Rock and Rogers place.
Pour it on. Zach Hyman moving in. Risker shoots. Scores! Zach Hyman!
We'll crack a beer for this glorious time. You've been waiting. You've been waiting. The top line's just a flying, cause man, yeah, they want one. You know they want to. Can you feel it? Can you feel it tonight? Can't go high glove, cause Stewie Skins is a guy. It's the moment, yeah, they're rolling tonight. Get your hands up, right to the cup. And yes, they lift the cup again. Got no doubt in my head. And yes, they lift the cup again. Oh man, playoffs are insane. Playoffs are insane. Rock and Rogers place. Rock and Rogers place. Yeah. Playoffs are insane. Playoffs are insane.
809 on the Nielson Show. What's going on? Playoffs are just around the corner.
I'm pumped.
Final day to get your EST. Win the whole effing thing playoff shirt. It's the final day of the pre-order. Go to edmontonsportstalk.com, click on EST playoff shirt. Got to get it today. We had it open on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we're going to try to get everything made and shipped off by Friday, Saturday type of thing, so you'll have it for the playoffs. Man, you are flying high right now.
I tell you, last week I did the Monster.
Yeah.
Tasted fine. Didn't really get, though, the action that you would...
Okay.
I am just over halfway done this, and I'm buzzing.
So if you're listening,
boys are buzzing
on 95.7, or Eric is drinking a Rockstar energy drink today for the first time in his life.
It tastes worse than the Monster, but it's having.
You came over here. You're really giving it
I'm flying
today.
high.
So you're feeling it, and that's only half of one of those.
Yeah.
So drink a full one of those every single morning of your life.
No.
The crash out is going to be incredible.
Oh, this afternoon's going to be, yeah.
That's insane. All right, the Nielsen Show today and every day, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Get a new Train furnace right now and you'll save 15% off any additional mechanical system you get done at the same time. So you get the furnace, you get the heat pump. You get the furnace, you get the hot water tank. You get the furnace, the garage, you get the air conditioner. 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit weiss-johnson.com to book an estimate. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Visit parisjewelers.com or pop by West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center. They are Canadian. They are family owned. They are awesome. And then of one of your text messages, we'll win the Royal Pizza text of the day. You can order online at royalpizza.ca or any of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Available for a limited time only. The Spicy Vegetarian. An old rock starred up LTE is going to be crushing leftover Royal Pizza thing when you get home.
That's the perfect come down. Yeah.
You're going to be chilling this afternoon, having a little Royal Pizza leftovers. Very jealous about that. Third hour of the show. Kind of easy trivia coming up. 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric's weekly rankings of power. Ryan Rishaug from the Got Your Back podcast and TSN. Marmot Basin Snow Report. And then the wrap for William Huff. The third hour of the show is brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Mention Edmonton Sports Stock. You get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions either. www.gdliquidators.com. Who doesn't love a good online auction? Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, or visit them at 14510 124th Ave. Couple of text messages. This one from Cole the plumber says, "Morning guys, what is the address to the office? I tried to come by yesterday to the address that Trev gave me above, but I couldn't find it. 17205 107th Ave. We're right above the Benjamin Moore Paints."
Yeah.
I should have given Cole the plumber my home address, and when he shows up, I'll be like, "Oh, you're a plumber. Come on in.
Smooth move.
Welcome to Edmonton Sports Talk. The sink is leaky.
Yeah, we'll
over
get
here.
your prize. Yeah, you'll worry about that later. Yeah.
Your prize just happens to be right under my sink here.
Step inside and then you trap him in there and you don't let him out until
Fix it, sucker.
Yeah.
Trev, did you give the guy the wrong address or what?
Nope, that's the right address.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Some people have texted me like, "Hey, is this the right place?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's it."
Yeah,
Just
there's
walk
a
on.
door right next to the Benjamin Moore Paints. You just come up the stairs, and here we are. For all of our EST staff coming in today, careful on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's a little slippery. Orca driver text in. This is one of the police officers that are planning on tasing.
Part of the pod squad.
Trev, you might not be able to get out of this, man. The pod squad is all over this.
Yeah, no, this is good.
All right. He says, "I don't know if you guys can see my number. Here's my cell for Trev. Give me a text on that number. I'm going to talk to the training section and tactics to see what we can get set up."
Oh, snap.
Perfect. Are you going to be able to go through with this?
Yep.
Holy smart, you are really adamant about this.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, hopefully the tactics team is okay with us getting you tased live on the show.
Yeah. They're always looking for me.
We definitely want to do that. That'll be fun.
That will be fun. I don't want to like yell like a girl or anything like that. I just want to. Yeah, here's hoping I can just look manly, as manly as possible.
I hope you poop your pants.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here.
All right, let's do a little kind of easy trivia, shall we? Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs. It's brought to you by Feast Mode at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Feast Mode has been activated. For $39.99, you'll choose between the Emperor's Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup. And then you add a 6-ounce sirloin with lobster butter or the grilled chicken surf combo. Feast Mode activated at Mr. Mike's. Trev, who is playing this morning?
We got Chris playing today.
All right, Chris is going to play. Needs to get 3 out of 5 correct. Take our streak to 21 in a row. Chris, you ready to go this morning, man?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Trev will start the ticker after I read the first question. Which league's playoffs began last night?
NBA.
Which city is home to the NBA's Thunder?
Oklahoma City.
Who do the Oilers play tomorrow?
Vancouver.
Which team did the Canucks trade Quinn Hughes to?
Minnesota.
Did the Blue Jays win yesterday?
Damn right.
Boom. 5
And
for 5.
Sergio Ramos gets a nipple erection.
Oh, is that dirty?
This is not just a dream, it's a wet dream of orgasmic proportions.
Oh, is that dirty?
Frustration sets in and the emotion goes out, and then you just start playing with yourself.
Oh, is that dirty?
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
21 in a row. No big deal. Megs text in. This is a good point. I like this. If Trev gets tasered, His name has to go from YouTube Trev to Lightning Rider. I think for a week we would call you Lightning Rider.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do that. Hey, if you get tased by the police.
When he gets tased.
When you get, well, I don't know, man. I thought we were going to get the splits too.
No, I know. He's very
the splits are a work in progress, man. I was talking to some nasties yesterday.
It's all going to happen.
I have a plan.
We'll call you Lightning Rider for a week.
Okay.
If you get when you get tased, you'll be known as Lightning Rider for the next 7 days.
Okay.
Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, and Lightning Rider.
Okay.
Here with you on the show today.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, isn't
Lightning Rider. Colin, you can call me Lightning Rider. Where is that from? Did you make that up, Just?
Somebody texted in.
It's text.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think
like that.
there was a thing one time, Ride the Lightning.
It's a comic book.
Perfect.
It's a comic book?
And
That's
you
a
can-
Rockstar Energy drink talking.
That's energy drink talking.
I'm Lightning Rider.
All right, we've got weekly rankings of power coming up, but first let's get to 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
Yeah, I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where every day when he gets into work, he gets an employee to tase him just to get himself ready
Just to
for the
get
day.
him going.
Yeah, Park Mazda deal for life.
They've suggested that he doesn't do it every day, but he
No, he goes in, he removes his shirt and
tase me.
Yep.
Question number 1. Do you guys think Bowman and Jackson will attempt to move the Nuge in the offseason? No chance.
No
chance. I guess as ineffective as he has been over the last couple of months, he's still on a really good contract for what he provides you. Like, I know the 11 points in 25 games is not a good look, and you're hoping that he can get it going a little bit more. And I know that he's more of a complimentary winger than he is a center now. But with all that being said, he's still on a pretty good bang for your buck.
he's a fan favorite. He's part of the core.
Yeah,
Core's untouchable.
I think, no chance. No
But
chance.
with this management group, there's always a chance.
Well,
this is a question of would you want to, or do you think? And climbing into the mind of Oilers management is always a fun exercise.
I'm not even sure the minds of all Oilers management are.
I know, yeah.
Did you hear that yesterday? I heard some good stuff yesterday. Did you hear about that too?
The LinkedIn post?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, we didn't even get to that yet.
No, we didn't.
We don't need that. Kevin Lowe went off on Chris Pronger on LinkedIn. It was kind of fun. Like, it's funny.
Going on LinkedIn,
It's funny
though,
that
is the
we're in
best.
2026 and I
Yeah.
just said that.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin Lowe went off on Chris Pronger on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
What a world. What a world we're living in. Maybe we'll actually come back around to that if we have time. Question number 2. If Ovechkin is finished, where does he rank all time for you?
I don't know. Hate rankings.
I'm a big OV guy. I was ranking every player in the history of the National Hockey League. Remember?
You
I was-
were. Yeah, you're
I was a
well, you
project.
still are. You're in the process.
No, I think I lost my file.
I think I lost.
Yeah, I think I lost my file
Well, we'll
when
have to
I
start
flipped
again.
to this new laptop. I guess I have to start that project again.
Yeah.
But for me, Ovi's in a conversation in the 7 to 12 range.
I'll go 6 to 8.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Is it?
Trev, where do you think Ovi comes in on the all-time scale? Like, he's the greatest goal scorer of all time. He's got 3 Hart trophies. He's got a Conn Smythe. He's got the Calder. He's got an Art Ross. He's got 9 Rocket Richard trophies. I mean, I think that gets you in the top 10.
Top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, he's top 5. He's 5.
Oh, you're a younger generation, eh?
Well, no, you've got Gretz.
Yeah.
You've got Lemieux.
Yeah.
You've got Orr.
Yeah.
You know, those are 2 and 3, whatever. You can have them wherever you want. Then you got Crosby. Then you got Ovechkin.
Gordie Howe's down
Yeah,
the list.
no, I'm sorry, but
I think it's probably time for Gordie to slide down a little bit too.
like
But
he played for how long, which was cool, but
Ovi and Sid have played for 20 years too.
Yeah, but he played till he was 50.
Yeah, I mean, it was different.
Yeah.
But it's not like he was putting up great numbers then.
No, he wasn't. He's the greatest. You're the greatest goal scorer of all time. You have the most goals, more goals than anyone that has ever played the game. That gets you in the top 5.
I like I'm a big Ovi guy, so I like you putting him up there. I think
yes.
I think the Messier's, Yager. I mean, I think he probably belongs in that part of the conversation.
Yeah, I'd be okay if you have Yager and Messier over Ovi. I might have time for that, but maybe it is. That's my generation, but I think what he's been able to do for a 20-year stretch in today's hockey, it's very, very, very impressive.
Question number 3. This came up last night at the Bids for Kids event with Kids Sport, and it was a great time. Thank you to everybody who came out last night. Hopefully they raised a lot of money for Kids Sport, which is a very important organization. A huge shout out to Mark Connolly and Gene Principe. Gene sent me a very nice text today. Like, people always tell you,
I'm surprised, but I'm not.
People always say, "Oh, that guy's the nicest guy ever," but then maybe there's some, what do you call, skeletons in the closet,
or it's an act. He puts it on.
Gino's just not. He's just the nicest guy ever. So you can actually. It was a great panel. Myself, Reed Wilkins, Gene Principe, Mark Connolly. We streamed it live last night on YouTube. So if you do want to go check it out, Trev, you were there. I would think that's a pretty entertaining hour of talk about the industry and sports.
You guys are
stories.
That was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was expecting going in there, but
I think it's worth a watch. Like if you want to go back and check it out.
I was laughing, man. You had me laughing. The boys, you guys just ripped off each other so well.
It was awesome sharing a mic, like being on a desk there with Gino.
Yeah, man.
Like it was a lot of fun.
It seemed like you guys it seemed staged because how well it was.
Like an episode of Letterkenny.
Well, it's just you guys were so funny. I was like, as if these guys are coming up with these jokes. Like right there. I'm like, I couldn't do that. That's impressive.
Well, there was a combined 100 years of broadcasting on that desk last night. Like,
it was like you said something funny.
I would hope we'd be able to riff off each other for a little bit.
Should have just stuck up the joint. It would have get people talking.
Just really awkward.
Just one after another. Just when I thought the joke was done, one of you guys had something else to say, and it just added to it. It was great.
780-218-9999. H.E. Pennypacker texted and says, I disagree with Trev on Ovi, and I'm going to rip him on MSN Messenger.
That's good. That's good text. I get that.
I know. The thing that came up last night after is some of the nasties who were there were asking about it, and somebody texted in this morning, or maybe it was on Twitter this morning. I think it was on Twitter this morning. Said, Dusty, is Dick Venerette finally going to make his EST debut now that the playoffs are here with overtime calls? And the answer to many of you who are looking for it is we now have the tech set up
for Dick
in the back that I can just slide into the back office, meet with Dick.
Yes.
And all of a sudden have good content.
And he can finally do something around here instead of just sleeping in the storage closet, right? Like now there's a point of having him around.
Well, he is staying at his parents' place and he smokes a lot late at night, but
I believe it warned out for his arrest.
Anyway, yes, Dick Venerette will be returning for the 2026 NHL playoffs, which should be many of. I didn't realize how many of you love Dick Venerette.
What did we learn on the show today?
He's got like 1,600 followers on Twitter too.
Oh yeah,
which is
he on LinkedIn?
He's not on LinkedIn.
Should be.
But if you want the quickly on the LinkedIn story, let's just Gager last night texts our group, and it's
Pronger went off talking about the deal and how he was under the influence or something like that, and then Lowe replies with the LinkedIn post.
Yeah, he replied with the LinkedIn post, which was then taken and put out onto Twitter last night. So this is Kevin Lowe. And nobody cares more passionately. And I'll say, I honestly don't think anybody in the world cares more passionately about the Edmonton Oilers than Kevin Lowe. Anyway, Kevin Lowe on LinkedIn apparently says, you may have read Chris Pronger's recent piece in The Athletic, and I can't overstate how disappointed I was in it after reading reading it in full. To his credit, he takes responsibility for making a personal decision in the middle of the night that impacted his family. That part is fair. We've all made mistakes, and owning them matters. But where I take issue with is how casually Edmonton is folded into the story as though it was merely an inconvenience tied to what he now describes as a drunken decision. That's more disappointing, and it feels like a convenient rewrite. As general manager at the time, I handled that situation the way I always try to, professionally, responsibly, and in good faith. Looking back, hearing how he frames it today, I find myself wishing I had handled it differently. Quite frankly, I wish I had said no and let him sit out rather than accommodate a decision he now seems so quick to diminish. Kevin Lowe going back and saying, what he said? He said he handled it professionally, responsibly, and in good faith. Now I wish I handled it differently. Woo! Kevin Lowe swinging back. I'd love to see it.
I'd say you do a good burn with like no swears and like that's just a good solid.
Just like laid out. Yeah. I handled it very well. Now I wish I didn't. What do you say?
He glorifies himself for doing that, and then yeah.
Quite frankly, I wish I said no and let him sit out rather than accommodate a decision he now seems so quick to diminish. And how about LinkedIn getting a glow up here?
I love LinkedIn.
I love LinkedIn getting the glow up. Here's a good one. So it continues on. Kevin Lowe's statement's not even done there.
No. He's just
it's not even done there. He's just getting it so quick to the minutes, which makes it even hard to reconcile what followed immediately after. The day after the agreement, I received a personal note from his wife expressing how excited they both were about coming to Edmonton. That sentiment doesn't align with the version of events being portrayed now. Perhaps at the time he was trying to wrest the narrative or distance himself from circulating rumors, but as it stands in stark contrast to what's being shared today. And in 2023, the night before Doug Waite's induction into the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame, I had the privilege of joining Doug, Bill Guerin, and their families for a private dinner. Both spoke glowingly about the city of Edmonton and how pivotal it was to their careers and how meaningful it was to their families' lives. This has been the experience for a vast majority of players who've come through here. Edmonton is a first-class city with passionate fans and a proud hockey tradition. It is not a punchline and is something to be explained away years later. It deserves better than that, and so do people who supported him while he was here. Boom! Kevin Lowe dropping the mic on LinkedIn on Chris Pronger. Which is quite the scene.
Do you think he writes that himself? Do you think he's in an office dictating it, and then there's somebody like taking it down, like he's walking around the room?
Probably he goes
pacing.
on AI and says, "I'm Kevin Lowe. This is my experience with Chris Pronger. This is what he said. What should I say?"
Dash.
I like it. Whatever you have to get done. It's 2026. It's 2026. Anyway, this, like I said, before I even read what he said, I said nobody cares about the Edmonton Oilers more than Kevin Lowe, and Kevin Lowe just backed that up right there. On LinkedIn, of all places. I have a LinkedIn account, but I've never went into it or updated it or anything. And I know people have told me, Dusty, you need to take LinkedIn more seriously. And I'm probably not that serious, but
You're missing out on all this
I
good
guess
stuff.
I'm missing out on good Kevin Lowe stuff.
That's where it exists.
All right, let's get into Lieutenant Eric's weekly rankings of power.
You are on Threads, though, aren't you? That's where you...
I'm also not on Threads. Lieutenant Eric's weekly rankings of power brought to you by the Ranch Golf Club. They deliver premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. That's why they were Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. That's where we do the EST Classic, which we might have to find a way to expand at some point.
Oh,
I think we have a wait list where we could almost do a second tournament.
No, there's a 4-day weekend event.
Yeah, there is.
We have moving day. We have the whole bit.
God, I don't hate that. There's a cut.
Yes.
Check them out, theranchgolf.com. What are you ranking today, buddy?
Bernie's making pimento sandwiches. Well, in honor of Ricky Bowness and the clip we played earlier, best itches to scratch.
Okay. All right, best itches to scratch. Let me see. I think I have this audio still sitting here. Let's see if you missed.
It's led to some good text.
It's led to some good text today. Let me see if I have it.
Anything else? Yep.
I'm like a guy that wants to be back. Do you want to be back? Did you scratch the itch? Where are you?
We scratched the itch.
Oh, we scratched the itch. I think one of the good texts I saw earlier was Marshall Nielsen planning his entire life on his quarterback armband.
We scratched the itch.
I didn't bring it today.
Yeah,
no,
okay,
I forgot. I totally forgot about it. All right, so what do we got? Best itches to scratch. Number 10.
Completing a project you've been putting off.
Yeah, it's nice to finally get that
We've
stuff
all
done.
been there,
And then
though.
you finally
Some
get
of
it
us
done.
more than others, but it's you do that, and it's great. Maybe you should be higher on the list.
I'm a big believer in
You feel
delaying
good.
things.
You write a list, you can cross it off. Oh.
Number 9.
Mosquito bite.
Those are nice to scratch.
Very satisfying.
I have mosquito bites that get big and puss up a little bit.
Puss up?
Yeah. I think I have some sort of allergic reaction to mosquito
I got
bites.
those too.
Dude.
Actually, yeah. I
Well,
always thought it was.
I'll show you mine. You show me yours when the mosquito season comes.
I always thought it was allergic reaction as well.
Yeah, it must be like just a slight allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 8.
An earworm.
Like,
you know when you got a jingle stuck in your head or a stupid annoying song or something? No, not a physical worm, but like a figurative.
That's stuck in your head all the time. Weiss Johnson. That's
some more annoying than others.
All right, number 7.
Never had it, but lice. I assume if you have lice,
I've avoided lice my whole life too.
As have I.
Yeah.
We've all. But again, if you
good work on keeping your head.
Well, yeah. But I'd imagine that's satisfying to itch.
Number 6.
The old cast removal scratch.
I've also never had a cast, so I've never got to do the
now
cast
that is
scratch.
That's a good one.
Yeah, did you have
well,
that?
You get the pencil under there, but it doesn't.
Oh,
hit.
the pencil.
The pencil's good.
That's so good.
But when you get it off fully, and you can just go to town on that puppy, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd
When
be
you're in the
nice.
shower and you're scratching and just all that skin falls off.
Oh, it sounds so awesome and gross at the same time. Number 5.
A good inner ear.
We're really getting in there.
Yeah, like sometimes
With
you
a
can
Q-tip.
Well, I don't I don't go down to the I touched my brain once, and I haven't done it since. It freaked me out. But getting the finger in there and kind of going, and then you get your tongue in the back of your mouth, and you kind of inner ear.
All right, number
nerve
4
ending in there. Good old scalp scratch. I think in this kind of
just
goes
really
into
getting in there.
But you use one of those wands with the prongs.
I got one of those.
And you give it a little massage.
I got one in my basement.
What about one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, the side hat scratch.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Scalp scrape, please.
Number 3.
The sunburn. Everybody loves scratching a sunburn. It's a little addicting. Probably shouldn't be.
Probably shouldn't be doing by
it gets
legs a
annoying.
little
But
bit.
same as mosquito bite. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't scratch them, but you want.
Number 2.
Back scratch.
Back scratcher. Good back scratch.
Whenever you see one in a store, you have to take it and give yourself a complimentary.
Yeah.
you know,
What about
free of
the
charge.
significant other?
Oh,
When they're
getting the
scratching your
nails,
back,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
nails.
yeah,
like,
get on there, yeah.
When Noodles was in the queue, he was going to town with his
back scratcher?
Oh,
He
yeah.
is a big back scratcher
was
guy.
a back
Oh,
scratcher.
God.
He was going to town.
See, he must have loved that. All right, number 1.
And the best itches to scratch, first round of golf of the season at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
Oh, my man.
Gotta get
Oh,
it
my
in
man.
there,
Mix it
right?
in
Like
the
you gotta
plug.
get it in.
All right, we got Ryan Rishaug coming up on the other side. Quick update here with LTE. If you are listening over on the 95.7, couple minutes commercials, quick traffic update. Then you're right back with us. We got Rishaug. We're going to be talking Oilers as well. And actually, he does the Got Your Back podcast there with Struddy and Rob Brown. Which one of those 3 guys would be most likely willing to get tased? Because Trev's going to get tased by his own request with us. So we'll get Shog's thoughts on that. Marmot Basin Snow Report still to come as well. Let's get to the update with LT.
Kings getting a point last night in a 4-3 overtime loss in Vancouver. The Ducks would fall 3-2 on the road in Minnesota, and the Mammoth would lock up wild card spot 1 in the West with a 5-3 victory over the Jets. Pacific Division this morning, all 4 teams on 81 games played. Golden Knights 93 points, Oilers 91, Anaheim and the Kings both on 90. The Oilers will cap regular season action tomorrow at home to the Canucks. The Kings will finish off in Calgary, and the Ducks will visit the Preds. 6 games around the league tonight, including the Golden Knights, playing their regular season finale at home to the Seattle Kraken. Toronto Blue Jays back in the win column as they kickstart a 9-game road trip with a 9-7 victory over the Brewers. Vlad Guerrero Jr. would double home the go-ahead run in the 10th. Game 2 goes tonight at 5:40. Dylan Cease, the scheduled starter. NBA play-in action from last night. It was the Hornets topping the Heat 127-126 in overtime, while the Trailblazers would knock off the Suns 114-110. Portland will now advance to face the Spurs in the opening round. Play-in action continues tonight. Magic visit Philly. Winner will face the Celtics. Loser plays the Hornets Friday. And the Warriors visit the Clippers, with the winner of that playing the Suns also on Friday. Raptors begin their postseason quest Saturday morning. Game 1 with the Cavs out in Cleveland. Ryan Rishaug coming up next on the Oilers as Hour 3 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
We built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy eagles. Built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy eagles.
Everybody knows him, best mullet in the league. You probably know that he never gets fatigued. Face first in the corner, scoring every night. So many young kids, Smitty's in the spotlight. He may not be a captain, but Smitty sure plays a role. So just remember, we built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy gold. We built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy gold. Built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy.
to the Hall of Fame. He may use his elbows or just use his fists. It's why we gave him a spot on our beauty list. He may not be the captain, but Smitty sure plays a role. So just remember, we built this Smitty.
8:35 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. No matter however you're consuming the show, whether it be on YouTube, iHeart, TuneIn, on 95.7, we appreciate it. Tell your friends about the Nielson Show and Edmonton Sports Talk. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. We got your Marmot Basin Snow Report still to come as well. We've got the wrap for William Huff. Of course, you can text us anytime at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And by God, it's Ryan Rishaug's music.
Timberlake rocks.
Is that a mandate of yours?
What are we talking about here? Good question. Can some of it be about sports? Yeah. All he needs to do is just get in front of people and state his case. If they had the mandate from the people, blah, 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 I don't know where that information came from, but I would question it.
Time for the Morning Mandate with Ryan Rishaug.
This is what sports broadcasting is all about.
You know what? That may be a good point, Ryan. You broke the story, Ryan.
Rishaug is one giant 6'2" pile of Charmin.
It is the Morning Mandate with Ryan Rishaug from TSN, of course, the Got Your Back podcast. And I think we have to start, Shoggy, with what Drager. Remember Drager had a grievance on Monday? Shoggy, you're a golf guy. You were texting Drags and Ray during the back nine at the Masters on Sunday afternoon. Is this true? Don't you know better? What is this?
Of course it's true. What do you mean, don't I know better?
Well, right, but you weren't texting about golf, right?
But that's the thing about texting. Like, I could text you right now knowing you're doing the show, Dusty, and it's your option as a human to decide, I have a moment.
Got a good point. That's a good point.
He's not calling him.
That's a good point.
I have a moment to look at my phone now. I'm a sentient adult being. I can choose when to look at it and when not to. So it's not like I FaceTimed him. It's not like I went to his house and was banging on his door. It's not like I called his landline over and over again. It's a text. Look at the text when you're ready to look at the text.
So you didn't. So was it like you didn't follow up text? Like you didn't be like, hey, get back to me?
Yeah.
Like you didn't do that?
Oh, okay. No, well, I was, look, as the executive producer and boss on the Ray and Dregs Hockey Podcast, and this is the problem. He doesn't like the fact that I'm his boss, right? That bothers him. It has from the moment I took the whole thing over. It bothers him. And so he has little moments where he lashes out. But no, it was simply trying to line up a showtime. He got a little petulant. He can do that now, and he's a problem employee. Dregs is a problem employee. And I'll be honest with you, if this continues, we can always change the title of that thing. You know, it doesn't have to be the Ray and Dregs show forever and ever, right? So I'm just saying, as the guy that's running the whole thing,
the next step is the Ray Ferraro show with Darren Dreger. Like just in like really small thing. Yeah, that's just the next step there, I guess.
I heard you guys humored him though. And at first I was kind of annoyed. I was like, yeah, they're agreeing and they're, you know, I feel like you were kind of throwing me under the bus a little bit. And then I realized what you guys were doing, kind of wink, wink, right? Like we all do that to our elderly uncles when they start showing signs of like, oh, that candy is too hard, or oh, that light is too bright, or that noise is too, we're like, oh, I know. Uncle,
Dregs is getting old.
That's
what you're saying, right?
Yeah, he's getting curmudgeonly and a little old, and so we're just kind of humoring him. So I'm all good with it. I'm not upset at you guys anymore.
He's at the point now where the text didn't even really.
He's got that loud text tone.
Yeah,
it's that piano.
It's a very big font,
very bright.
Yeah, it's a very big font on his own. Shoggy, we teased a little bit earlier, but which one of you guys from Got Your Back would be most likely to get tased just for fun?
Oh, tased. Like be willing to do it for fun?
Yeah, like Trev wants to be tased, so we're setting it up so he can get tased on the show and see how it is.
Who wants to?
Trev, our producer, YouTube Trev.
Boy. No, he's young. He's a young
well,
fella.
he's in his 20s. It's a ridiculous
you get to be my
thing to
age
do,
and you're thinking about things like your heart. So there's no chance I would get tased. Zero chance, right? Yeah, I'm already thinking about my heart health as it is. So
It's got to be Struddy, right? Isn't it Struddy?
No, I think Struddy's too smart. I think Struds is I don't think that's something Struds would volunteer. What's that?
Well, that means by default it's got to be Brownie.
Yeah, no, Brownie's scared of everything, so it's not Brownie. Honestly, I think we'd all be out. I think we would be equally in agreement of what a terrible idea it is for men at our age to willingly go into that.
Yeah.
I would say maybe Zuby, our technical producer.
There you go.
He's kind of, you get a few in him, and he's like a guy that wants to please and be funny at the party. So maybe if you got a few into him, he'd be like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I'm gonna send it. I think the kids are saying.
Is that what they say? Yeah, I don't ever understand the send thing, but that's
send.
what they say a lot when they jump off things or
sure,
do something like, I'm going to send it. Yeah, that's right.
Like me making the decision to suggest that I could fire Darren Dreger in response. That was me sending it today, fellas. That was me full send.
Shoggy, I think as we creep towards the playoffs here for the Edmonton Oilers, I mean, we could talk about a bunch of the guys that they do have, but health is the big story for this team heading into the playoffs. They're going to get some of it back. But what do you think about Leon? And I don't know what's happening with Dickinson. Like how much are they going to have to kind of suck it up from an injury perspective here heading into this first round matchup, whether it be against the Ducks or the Kings?
Yeah. So the Dickinson thing we aren't sure about. We know he's not playing against Vancouver and he'll be reevaluated. That doesn't sound to me like he's going to be ready to go on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, whenever this thing gets going. So I'm kind of working under the assumption that Dickinson might not be available, like won't be available. I think Draisaitl, listening to him talk the other day, this isn't just about the man's ability to just put his head down and power through agony, which I think he's shown that he can do and still be, one of the best players ever. Oh boy, I just got the power warning on my laptop here. Oh boy, might have forgotten.
You probably still got about 30 minutes.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. With these, sometimes you never know. If I disappear, that's.
I would think the guy that runs the Ray and Dregs podcast would have a charger somewhere, Shoggy. Like, what the heck, man?
I know.
It's all the lighting in there.
No, look, like listening to Draisaitl talk the other day, he sort of resigned himself to the idea that there's a process here, right? When he starts talking about how, longer term considerations for the organization and stuff, like he can't do anything to be in a scenario where Leon Draisaitl's got a bad limb moving forward. So I think he'll be careful, but I'd be surprised if he wasn't in by game 2 or 3, if he's maybe not ready to go for the first game. That's why, the difference between a Sunday, Monday start, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it could be big. If the Oilers get pushed to Monday, that could be big for them. So it's not ideal. It's really not ideal. And where it's especially not ideal is if they start against Vegas or if they start against Colorado. Those are the two teams where it's like, you don't want to start without Leon Draisaitl for either of those series.
Outside of those two teams, though, whether it's Ducks or Kings, you still have to feel. I mean, what would your level of confidence be in one of those two oppositions with the injuries we've talked about?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's different. Like the Kings have obviously finished strong for sure, right? You got two teams that a coaching change has kind of ignited them a little bit. I think Vegas is the better team that just wasn't playing very well, and now they've kind of found it, and they went through a nice little stretch there. So I think that. For me, it would be in terms of don't want to play in the West, like that are possibilities. It would be Colorado 1, Vegas 2, and then probably LA 3. And you can kind of flip a coin between Utah and Anaheim. That's no disrespect to either of them, but to me, they're similar caliber. That would be my order. I don't know. Is that similar to you guys?
I think it's probably pretty similar. Yeah. I mean, the Ducks have just been in such a tailspin here for the last little while that you're like, feel like you'd be able to take advantage of them. The Kings, you kind of you know that one now. Mm-hmm. They're different. The Oilers are different. The Oilers are banged up.
Coming in hard,
I don't think I'm just going to assume that the Oilers are going to walk all over them or anything like that. What I think is interesting with just back to the Draisaitl conversation here, Shoggy. Draisaitl, when he does return, coming off an injury, would they just give him his own line back coming off an injury like that, or do you think there's a world where they put him with McDavid with him coming off an injury?
Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah, we still got you.
Super laggy. You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. I'm just going to power through because this is like soupy and it says connection problems and stuff. Yeah, that's the interesting thing is they've been kind of working their way through lines that everybody knows when it starts for real, they're going to kind of not really mean much, right? Because suddenly Dickinson's back or Draisaitl's back. I'm fascinated to see if Matt Savoy starts the playoffs with Connor McDavid. I think that's interesting to see what happens there.
Well, we were saying today just on this, because if Draisaitl's not good to go and Hyman returns, would you play Hyman with Nuge to try to get something 5-on-5 and just leave Savoy with Connor McDavid? How would you weigh those two options?
Yeah, man, it's such a good question. I think that Savoy has been reliable all year. I don't think he's not going to hurt you on the top line in terms of having him to play him against the other team's best players. It's just whether or not the production will be there, right? So the only way that he hurts you is if he's dry, like offensively dry. Other than that, you can rely on him against the other team's really good players, and that's a positive thing. I would think that McDavid and Hyman you'd be tempted to go with together. So I could see maybe a Savoy, McDavid, Hyman scenario. I really like the idea of Podkolzin being involved in and again, they'll have to get healthier for this to happen, but because he probably ends up with Draisaitl when Draisaitl's back. But I like Podkolzin, Kapanen, and Dickinson as a third line in the playoffs. I really like sort of the way that sounds. So if nothing else, he's found a bunch of configurations that he can go to, some things that he's tried, things that have worked. And that can be a positive thing when you're missing some players. You kind of discover some stuff that you might have never gotten around to even looking at had you not had those injuries. So I think there's some of that there. But, if Hyman's available, to not play him with McDavid for game one of the playoffs, that feels unlikely to me based on what we've seen from this coach in the past. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair take on it. The last one before we lose your power here, maybe. Yeah. Level of confidence in goaltending with Connor Ingram right now compared to the last couple of years going into the playoffs. How much different do you think that is?
Yeah, I don't know that it's tremendously higher. I mean, last season going into the playoffs, Stuart Skinner was coming off of, getting to game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. Obviously, he was polarizing in the market, as goaltenders will always be. I think the question about Ingram is he hasn't done this before at the extent that the Oilers are about to try and do this, right? This is a team that wants to go on a deep run. How's Connor Ingram going to do?
He's played 4 playoff games, round? Right?
So, yeah, right? Yeah. So I would say I don't think it's a whole bunch higher, but I didn't necessarily sense that it was super low last year anyways by, outside of the Skinner detractors. I would say it's similar. They got a guy who's showing he can make the saves he needs to make, hasn't let in a lot of bad ones lately, has stolen the odd game. His team has confidence in. So I would say that it doesn't appear to be a problem heading into the playoffs. They've got a clear-cut starter, and that's probably a good thing. So I don't know, pretty even keel, I would say, not up or down.
Shaggy, what do you guys got coming up got your back here over the next little while?
Yeah, we'll have Struddy's World today at 12 to 1, live on all of our platforms. Then we'll have a post-game show tomorrow. Ray will be doing a podcast with someone tomorrow. Not sure if it's Dregs or not. We'll get back to you on that. But there'll be a Ray and TBD tomorrow as well. And in the meantime, I'm going to head out into the North Pole here. Why would anyone want to go there? Hey, guys, when you look outside, why would anyone want to go there? Isn't that what the bookstore guy said?
Well, is it snowing right now?
No.
We had some.
It's not that bad, man. You're making it sound like it's like -4, like the planet of Hoth outside.
I'm being a smartass because that's what the bookstore guy said to Pronger and his wife, right? When he bought the book, the North Pole.
Geez.
She looked at us like we were asking about the North Pole. Why would anyone want to go there? Welcome to our new life. That was the
good place.
Interesting.
It's not ideal. Yeah. Have you read? Are you reading the book?
Well, I bought it this morning when I saw all this stuff, so I've been like scanning through it to figure out, is that all he said about Edmonton, or was there some good stuff in there about Edmonton? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, there's got to be more here. I'm just flipping through. Like,
did you see the Kevin Lowe LinkedIn post?
Yeah, I saw it all, man. Like,
that guy loves the Oilers, man. I thought it was good. That was highly entertaining. That was
yeah. Well, and I think that would be the part that probably, like when he said Edmonton's not a punchline, I think that's probably what he was referring to, right? Because in Pronger's book, it's like, the woman looked at her like she'd asked for books about the North Pole. Why would anyone want to go there? Welcome to our new life. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not surprised that might have offended Kevin Lowe a little bit.
Shoggy, good stuff, man. We'll chat again next week.
All right, see you guys.
There you go. That is Ryan Rishaug from TSN and the Got Your Back podcast.
Can you screen grab the? We need to use that. On
I don't really like reading books, but I'm kind of intrigued by Prongers. Like I don't want to read the whole thing.
Get it on tape.
Scan it
Book
too.
on tape.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Read by Kevin Lowe.
I just, as far as like, oh, what are you doing going there? When I got my first radio job in High Prairie, I stopped for gas on my way up in Barrhead. And I'm getting gas in Barrhead, and I'm looking around Barrhead, and I'm like, oh, there's not much going on here in Barrhead. And that lady at the gas station in Barrhead looked at me, and she said, so what are you doing? I said, I'm moving up to High Prairie to work at the radio station. She goes, oh, you're going to High Prairie? And I'm thinking, the Barrhead lady is taking shots at High Prairie. What am I getting into?
It's the same as the weather. You go to any place in the world, and they say, oh, you don't like the weather here. Hey, it changes there. Hey, wait 10 minutes. Like everybody, it's universal, that type of speak. Everybody thinks it's just here or it's just there. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Don't worry about it. Let's do this.
So stoked. Like, I don't even, like, winter's here. You know, this is the first time we've been up. I'm stoked. You stoked?
Stoked.
Just so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
We've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
Marmot Basin snow report. Third last one of the year. Also, hammer the thumbs up. We're 30 likes away from changing 300 today. So if you're watching on YouTube, smash that thumbs up. Conditions at Marmot, they're still incredible. In case you had any other thoughts, spring skiing is in full effect. That's the one where you can have your like your top not fully off, but you can be skiing in like snow pants and a t-shirt.
Bikinis.
Yeah, bikinis.
If you know.
Bikinis if you want. They're saying come on out and work on your goggle tan. And you can do that as well with the goggles. Yeah. Slope Party with DJ Group Ski Tour on April 25th. And this is sad to say, but closing day is scheduled for May 3rd. With that being said, you're going to be skiing on May 1st and May 2nd.
Scheduled
and May 3rd. You got to be feeling pretty good about that. Up at Marmot in the spring. Makes my day.
You go higher and higher to get
the spring at Marmot. All right, there you go. That is your Marmot Basin snow report. Check them out, skimarmot.com. It's been a heck of a year up there as well. All right, let's dive into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done at williamhuff.com and check out all of the playoff stuff that they've got set up over there. They got the banners, they got the decals, they got the stickers. Go to williamhuff.com/shop and use the code ESTHuff10 and you will save 10% on your playoff order. They also make your place look pretty cool, like they did with us. Is it not williamhuff.com/shop? Thought it was. It's not coming up for me. williamhuff.com. I'm pretty sure it was williamhuff.com/shop. Maybe
You're spelling it with 2 P's and an E?
Maybe that's what it is. I'm spelling it like medicine shop. Isn't it medicine shop spelled?
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. See,
okay, must be something wrong with my
just
computer.
1 P.
I always screw up on the 1 P.
Shop.
Anyway, go there, get your banners and your decals, and support the team as they get ready for the playoffs once again. What did we learn on the show today, guys? What do we got?
Well, Dick Vinneret's going to be back for the postseason.
That's a big one.
And that leads me as well to a text here, and it came in from Maddie V. I think this Pronger situation needs a sit-down exclusive with Dick Vinneret.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
I can't. I could try to do a Dick Vinneret impression if you want.
No, well,
okay. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough to do.
You don't want to.
It's tough to do.
I mean, he's a legend. You can't.
Yeah, you can't really
disrespect the legend.
Can't do that.
But Dickie V and Chris Pronger,
that's a duo you want. I learned that you're getting hit pretty hard by that Rockstar Energy drink.
Yeah, it's getting there. That Royal Pizza is going to hit this afternoon with the weather as it is. Like, this is going to be a perfect kind of sachet into the afternoon. But I would prefer, it doesn't taste as good as the Monster, but it's certainly, you said, what is the riboflavin?
Riboflavin.
It's really, it's taken around.
It's also the name of an EDM band out in Europe.
I feel like I can lift a vehicle over my head.
Trev, what'd you learn today, buddy?
I just happened to look this up, but since the early 2000s, a reported over 100 or 1,000 deaths have happened from people being tased. Over 1,000 since 2018.
I like to see the age group, though.
Yep.
I think that's important.
Yep. I think that is.
Now, with that being said, that's why we're not just tasing you randomly.
Yep.
The police have a tactical staff that
It's going to be safe, right?
will do this for
professional.
you. Once again, Trev.
Drug intoxication, pre-existing heart conditions.
Yes.
Those are
That stuff.
a leading factor. So,
But Trev, remember, we're not making you do this.
oh yeah, no, I know.
And you don't have to do it if you don't want to. This is your thing.
I am
But you don't have
doing
to be
this.
dialed up on bath salts.
No,
I'll make you piss test before you get you get tased.
Get him on the ket.
all this heart talk is just a little.
Then don't do it, man.
No, it should be good.
Nobody's
I have a good heart. So if I have a good heart, then it should
You got
be
to
good.
go through the process with the pod squad,
Yeah.
and they'll make sure you're safe. Maybe we'll even have them juice it down a bit.
No. I'm doing it.
But
What are we
he
doing
won't
here?
know. But I could tell them turn it down a bit.
No.
As your
I want
boss.
it. I want it full.
No, I won't allow it.
Maybe I'll get powers.
Let's get to your sound of the day today.
We scratched the itch.
That's Bones, part of his epic rant. I mean, we got enough time here. We can give you. We'll give you. This
It is really good.
Let me give you the thing. This is head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets after losing last night and falling apart down the stretch. He was extremely emotional. One of the better NHL coaching rants you'll get nowadays.
Rick, you've been a part of a lot of games and a lot of seasons. Have you ever been part of something that's as frustrating as this has been down the stretch?
No. And you know what? All you got to do is look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. Like, I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. Like, how can you go out and play like that? Should have done this about a month ago. But this is why we are where we are. This is why we're out of the playoffs. That kind of effort. Losing, you have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. What else you want to know?
You reached them for so long after you got here. How did it stop? Where did it stop?
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough, we don't want to battle back. And that's what's happened over the last a couple of weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. Anyways, and there's no more games. What else you want to know?
I think even in the long history of this franchise, I don't think they've ever lost 6 games in a row to end a season at home.
No.
Is that worse?
It's terrible. Inexcusable. If they're not embarrassed by, not only tonight, by that, they're on the wrong team. They are. They got to be embarrassed with that. Anything else?
You sound like a guy that wants to be back. Do you want to be back? Did you scratch the itch? Where are you?
We scratched the itch.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. We're going to get into it in Lock Shop because Huss loves Bones, so he'll have a lock.
And also Zach Werenski on a team that apparently loves to lose.
How's that guy supposed to win the Norris Trophy?
Culture? I mean, geez. I don't know.
All right, so that gets us to our Royal Pizza text of the day. There's lots of good text messages on this one. This one I haven't even got to, but man, it hits after the last 25 minutes or so on the show. It's a Royal Pizza text of the day. You're going to get certificate to Royal Pizza. You can order online at royalpizza.ca or visit one of their 14 locations. It's the real Slim Davy. Kevin Lowe, after pressing send on his LinkedIn post.
We scratched the itch.
Beautiful.
That's pretty well done. That's pretty well done. Congratulations, real Slim Davy. You are going to, there's another clip in there that we could have definitely clipped and taken for a run when he's like, it's tough. It's hard. And we could have beat that one to death too. Yeah, it did say hard, kind of like that, yeah. All right, we got classic rock coming back on 95.7. What do we have? Billy Talent. Devil. Oh no. Rage Against the Machine.
Bulls on Parade.
Bulls on Parade. That's going to be coming up next. If you want static-free sports talk the rest of the day, we've got you covered. Download the iHeartRadio app. Download the TuneIn Radio app. Watch on YouTube. We've got the Hangout coming up from 9 to 11. What's this? Tommy,
Jasmine,
Belzy, Maddie Day. That'll be a great Hangout. That's coming up. I got the Lock Shop at 11. We got Oil Stream at high noon today. EST afternoons with Hernan and Gager from 1 until 3. And then the smash hit Reed Wilkins show with the glue guy, Jay Milne and Reed Wilkins from 3 until 6 today. That's going to do it for us. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow setting up the Oilers' final game of the regular season against those lowly losers from Vancouver. For YouTube Trev, a.k.a. Lightning Rider, and the old rock star boy, Lieutenant Eric. I'm Dustin Nielsen. I'll talk to you in Lock Shop. Take it easy.